Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Y'all know what time it is, y'all. We on stream, yard once again, baby. I'm almost back in the game, y'all. Y'all just give me a minute. How y'all doing today? About to hit you everywhere, but under your feet with this one. Y'all know what time it is. Real deal boxing talk, no bias talk. I give it to you the hood way. You know what I'm saying? I give it to you the way you like, raw and uncut, man. No bias talk, no racism. I'm back at it again. Once again, talking about Jermell Charlo. But this time it's versus Brian Costano. We all know what happened. We all know what happened in they fight. Undisputed, baby. I criticize the Charlos. I say something about Charlos, but I got to give a hats off to Mr. Jermell Charlo. He has kept his word and saying that he wants to be the undisputed king of 154 by taking on Mr. Brian Costano. It's a controversial first fight. I felt that Brian Costano won that fight at least by a point or two. Other people disagree with that. It was a hell of a fight. Both opponents hurt each other. They both went through hell and hot water to come out with that draw. I hate it was a draw. But I felt it would have been a victory for Brian Costano had that fight not been in Texas. No disrespect to my Texas people. Much love, much respect to y'all. I love y'all, Texas. But y'all know for a fact, that due to that fight was being in Texas, that Jermell walked away with that victory. They gave him a second chance, okay? Nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Hell of a fight, like I said. They gave him a second chance. Now, when it comes to this, talk about the injury of the fight and things like that, I kind of ride with Jermell Charlo on the fact of what he's saying. It don't make sense for you to saying that you're injured, but yet I'm getting video of you running around, using your bicep, running with it, using it, you know what I'm saying? Like he said, if anything, it will be taped up, you know what I'm saying, something so you can use it or harm it. So it make you kind of wonder for real what's going on with Brian Costano. Was he not in shape? Could that be the reason he postponed the fight? Because a bicep injury, you shouldn't be running and using your arm. I feel what Jermell Charlo is saying. So, is that really the case? Is there really a situation of where, like Charlo said, even though he explained it too well, like I said in the video, how in the hell could you explain flushing out your system from using drugs like that when you don't really know? Yeah, I know he been in the sport a long time. He know that people, can teach and tell him how fighters do it, but you just broke it down, you know what I'm saying? Broke it down too well for me, but I'm not saying that Jermell Charlo is a cheater at any form, even though we have had situations of where the Charlo brothers have been questioned about not showing up for, testing. But the Charlo brothers said that's not their fault. I'm not saying that they use steroids, but they have been, called out once before about testing. Now the reason that he's calling out and saying this about Brian Costano, I'm wondering this. Jermell, are you really trying to say that Brian Costano was possibly on steroids in that first fight? Because you kept going into the situation of, we was trying to get tests and they didn't test us until this part of the fight and that part of the fight. Then they told me I was supposed to ask for testing. Why are you so concerned about what happened last time with testing? I know he's saying that, he want to test this time. Okay, that's all good and well, Charlo. But y'all ain't even started camp yet. Or, from what I understand, I know you're saying that you bought sparring partners and this and that. But we don't even know when the fight going to officially happen yet. So I don't know if they're doing testing or not, which I hope they do. I hope it's a fair fight. We don't want to see no more draws. We want to see somebody come out and win. But I'm telling y'all, even though I feel that Brian Costano took that fight, I will not count out Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo has a lot of power. He does not stop. Now, the way the Charlo brothers don't stop in a fight, the way their stamina is, it make you want to wonder if they are on steroids. You know what I'm saying? Because the Charlo brothers do not get tired. Their stamina is up to par. That's one of their advantages in fighting their opponents. They're going to take you into deep water and probably drown you due to that stamina. Now, when it comes to their fighting style, their fighting ability, I tell y'all all the time, I feel they C plus offensively. I wouldn't put Charlo brothers as boxers with great skill set like a Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney, Floyd Mayweather. I wouldn't put him under that category with the Charlo brothers. What's good with you, Warren? Trying to invite people to come on. StreamYard is open, is welcome for anybody to come on, man. And we just sit up here talking about the Charlo situation. Um, Charlo, like I said, y'all, even if he does come out on top in his fight, which I think he possibly can, because Charlo knows now that he can hurt Costano, which is very dangerous for Brian Costano. Charlo will be coming out there with the intent to knock him out early. I think that would be the best thing for Charlo to do. If Costano was a bigger fighter, I say differently. By bigger, I mean taller, longer reach. Uh, it'll be harder for Jermell to get to him instead of just running out there trying to knock him out in the first 4 or 5 rounds. But if I was Derrick James, I think Derrick James, no, is yeah, Derrick James is still his train. If I was Derrick James, I said we need to get him out there as early as possible. Early as possible. You know, Costano, his stamina is up to par two. They went 12 rounds. I just don't feel Castano is going to be, the same fighter in this fight. I think there's a chance that Castano might get knocked out this fight. Let's just say that the injuries were not real. Let's just say the injury is not real. Why did he back out of this fight like that? It could be reasons of him not being in shape right now. You know what I'm saying? Then he only got what, 4. They say it's gonna take 4 weeks for his arm to heal. I don't know if he's gonna have to go through another training camp, anything like that. But we seen what this happened. A similar situation happened to Teofimo Lopez with Cambosis Jr. All these delays and layoffs of the fight, and then look what happened. But the only difference is Teofimo supposed to have been injured, had pneumonia. He won. It was a lot of stuff going on with Teofimo. So could this be bad for Jermell Charlo by the hold up of the fight? Because could he lose his fire? Could he lose that lion mentality? You know what I'm saying? Waiting on the process of Brian Castano's on the heel. Things happen in life. He possibly, may get in the ring and, like we just seen Chris Colbert and many other fighters say they wasn't they self that night. Not saying that will happen to Jermell Charlo. I hope it doesn't happen. I'm just ready to see an undisputed fight and see where everything else go. I'm really looking forward to Jermell Charlo versus Erickson Lube. I keep telling y'all to be looking out for that guy. Even though Jermell Charlo dropped him in the first fight, first round, that's the sport of boxing. One punch changed everything. But if y'all really go back and check and look at Erickson Lubin, you will clearly see that Erickson Lubin is no joke. This guy got the pedigree, he got the skill set, and I hate that he lost to Charlo, because it does, like take light off his name, especially since I'm saying I want to see the rematch. A lot of, oh man, what you want to see the rematch for? You already knocked him out. Yeah, he already knocked him out, but I'd like to see that fight, possibly, I like to see them go at it again because I was rooting for Erickson Lube in that fight, to be honest with you. And Jermell Charlo went out there and he performed in spectacular fashion. First round knockout, caught Erickson Lubin ducking under a shot. He was out of there. So, that's what really brought me to give Jermell Charlo his respect. You know what I'm saying? Jermell Charlo, like I said in my last video, he does have a switch too, but Jermell Charlo is not that he can't adapt. That's one of the Charlo brothers' problems. They can't adapt in the ring. A lot of people might say they can, but when have you ever seen it? You've never seen them losing a fight and then they adapt and came back and won. You cannot use Julian Jackson Jr. He did not adapt. He caught Julian Jackson Jr. with a good shot, stopped him in the later rounds. Shout out to Jermell for doing that. And that's why I say a lot of fighters are or will be in trouble trying to go after Jermell Charlo. I mean, yeah. A lot of fighters will be in trouble. Trying to see who gonna come on to the channel. But I like Costano. Costano, he got fights over with Laura. That was a fight that I felt he won against Laura. They always robbing Brian Costano. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell why that's going on. But in the sport of boxing, it's about who profitable, who they can make money off with the belts. The average fighter you see, if they're not a big name star, 9 times out of 10, they might get robbed. Look at Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall would have been what's a fighter? There's really no big besides Regis Prograis and well, Antoine Russell Jr., if there'd have been another big name, they wouldn't have robbed him of that fight. You only get robbed when you don't have, the backing behind you or the name to carry them belts. So 9 times out of 10, you have to go in there and knock out the opponent. And that's what Costano will have to do to Jermell Charlo in this fight. He will have to go in there and literally knock out Jermell Charlo. I keep telling y'all it's gonna be in Texas. Texas show favoritism for their fighters. I think everybody who's been watching sport of boxing know this. Texas. I don't care how bad you was beating a Texas fighter. They're gonna let you know that you in Texas. You can trust and believe that. I'm trying to see if any people gonna come on. I told y'all, I've been lacking on my sports talk with boxing. I apologize for that, y'all. I've been having a lot going on with my life, and like I said, I'm not gonna let them stop me from giving y'all this good boxing talk, man. So y'all fuck with your boy. Stay tuned with your boy. Don't forget your boy Easy Work. I'm here, baby. I'm here, baby. We ain't going nowhere. Yeah. But Charlo, Charlo doing a lot of stuff, what I'm saying, especially in outside of boxing too. A lot of people don't know the business mindset that Jermell Charlo has. He was saying that he's going through a lot of things. He's trying to get custody of his son. I hope that work out for him because, ain't nothing worse than, not being able to be around your children. You know how women get, no disrespect to the women, but you know how women get. So I hope that work out for him. And he was basically saying, with all this stuff going on, I ain't jumping out of fights. I ain't making excuses. This is also the second time this has happened to Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo had the same incident with Tony Harrison. Like he said with Tony Harrison, he said his ankle was injured. We didn't see him go to surgery. We didn't see him do nothing. So you got to rock with what Jermell Charlo is saying when he's talking about Costano and his injury. Why you just out the blue or just come and say you got a rotator cuff, but when you running, like he said, you using your rotator cuff. Why you ain't got that arm tapped up? And like Jermell said, his fans, they gonna send him the shot and send him the clip. You know what I'm saying? So that's something for us to really worry about. Why is Costano doing this? Is he really injured? I always say this. If a fighter come out and start saying that they're injured, show us proof, man. We as fans, people say, why they got to show you proof? Because we fans. Especially to the people who already pre-order pay-per-views and stuff like that. And then they give you like like when they had Errol Spence versus Pacquiao. You didn't pay for Errol Spence versus Pacquiao, and they gonna give you Yugis. What type of shit? I mean, come on, what is that? They gonna give you no. This sport of boxing is becoming, mediocre. It's becoming fun boyish. I don't know what it is. We got a bunch of fighters running around saying that they don't want to fight each other. So that's why I give a lot of credit to Jermell Charlo right now. You know what I'm saying? At least he's up there trying to be great. Canelo Alvarez, shout out to him. Terrence Crawford, Usyk, Josh Taylor. These are the fighters that are going out there to be great. You know what I'm saying? When you create your pound for pound list, you need to be putting these guys up at the top. You see what I'm saying? Pound for pound fighters always go at the top. I mean, undisputed fighters always go at the top of pound for pound, man. I don't know what people be thinking about. Half of the fighters y'all talking about should be at top 5 or pound for pound should be at number 9. Come on, man. Come on. Let me go and I'm try to see if I could load. I ain't been on StreamYard in so long, y'all. I look like I'm a little slow on it. I don't really know. I'm a little slow right now, so y'all forgive me, but I'm trying to memorize the page. Oh. Oh. Yeah, well, I need to slow down. I need to quit trying to do stuff right quick. But I was trying to see if I could go into something else and, try to read some possible comments. these fighters. Man, I'm so lost in the sauce with this. Let me go and stay out there. Leave that alone, man. Leave that alone. But I really am looking forward to somebody to get on. Now that this fight been postponed, they was asking Charlo will he fight in the mandatories. He said he might fight some mandatories, but his main thing is that he really wants to go out there and fight to be undisputed. I don't know if Jermell is gonna move up after he becomes undisputed. I would hope not. You know what I'm saying? There's really nothing there for him at 160. His brother up there ain't too many, you know what I'm saying, known fighters up there at 160. You know, look at his brother resume and who his brother been fighting. You need to go to 160, you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't, you know, I don't think Charlo is gonna really give us the fights, big name fights. You know, you telling Terrence to stay away from you, but that's a big payday for you. And you will have the advantage. Terrence Crawford is a former 147 pounder who will move up to 154. You got the advantage. You bigger, should be stronger, more powerful. You say you'll knock him out. You say you got a different skill set. So that's a great fight for us to possibly see in the future, man. I'd like to see that fight. After we see who's gonna be crowned undisputed, but Costano has to knock out Charlo. That's the only way I see that man walking out there with that belt. They robbed him in Texas. You know what I'm saying? That man supposed to came out with the victory. That I don't know if they're gonna be. I wonder will they be at the AT&T Stadium, you know, with the Cowboy Stadium like Aerospence. Also, that's another thing y'all need to be worried about too and be watching out for too. The Aerospence versus Yugas. That's also in Texas, if I ain't mistaken. Yugas is gonna have to knock out Aerospence. Even though I predicted that Yugas would beat Aerospence. But Texas, them Texas boys, something serious down there. They gonna make sure they fighters win. Especially if you're Mexican. Shout out to my Mexican brothers and sisters. You know I love you, but I'm telling the truth. And y'all know I'm telling the truth too. If you Mexican, you most definitely finna. If you ain't Mexican, you most definitely finna get robbed down there. Shakur Stevenson better hope they ain't got no fight in Mexico. You see what they did to Rob Fonseca. That dude had Oscar Valdez nose pressed in like Keith Thurman did Barrios and everything. They still gave him the win over Rob Fonseca. That was BS, total BS. Y'all know that. We know that. The world know that. But Brian Costano, man, I just if Brian Costano was 2 inches taller with 2-3 inches taller with 3 more inches in reach, he'd be hell. He would have whooped Jermell Charlo. If this man, look how short Brian Costano is. That's one thing y'all got to understand. This is a little bitty dude who went 12 rounds with Charlo. Now, we give Jermell Charlo all the credit in the world on his way to undisputed, been giving us the fights to get to undisputed and all that. But Jermell Charlo ain't all that and ain't, come on now. This man is small as hell and you went 12 rounds with this little fighter. You went 12 rounds. So y'all can't be saying that Terrence is small or he'll get knocked out. He couldn't knock out Costano. And even though we talking about difference in weight, Costano is naturally a 154 pounder, but he couldn't knock him out. Shorter guy, shorter reach. Costano had to bring the fight to Jermell, for real. Just some things to think about, y'all, before you sit up and you say, if there's a possible Terrence Crawford fight or Spence don't fight Crawford. Oh, you just can't say he'll knock him out. Now, you can be worried because Jermell Charlo is a threat. That boy probably can fight 20 rounds. Him and his brother probably can fight 20 rounds. One thing I can say about the Charlo brothers, we don't give them really no respect. We've never really seen the Charlo brothers get beat up. I will see. Now, as close as I've seen to them getting like whoop whoop was when Matt Corbar fought Jermell. And for all the Lions Only fans, no disrespect. Shout out to Jermell. You getting your money, you rich, my brother. To all the Charlo fans or Jermell Charlo fans, if you go and watch Matt Corbar fight and you still sit up here and you say that man didn't lose that fight, you a sad individual. The truth ain't gonna harm nothing. He lost to Matt Corbar. Still a hell of a fighter, still accomplished a lot in his life, but just telling the truth, they skill sets is not all that. They boxer punchers, and they got a lot of power. That's as much as respect I can give them. You know what I'm saying? Besides them risking their life going in there giving us entertainment. I thank y'all brothers for that. But I'm trying to figure out, I'm wondering, Jermell Charlo seemed high to me. Like I tell y'all, I'm straight out the hood. I know what it looked like when somebody is high, y'all. So, when I seen him sitting there looking like that, he wasn't drunk. But he was doing a whole bunch of talking. If you notice, Brian Custer wasn't really asking no questions. Now, you had to wonder about stuff like that, In my opinion, he's sitting up there, he looking like that and acting like that, bro, You better be training well for the fight. You know what I'm saying? I hope you ain't out here getting high. You ain't out here chilling with your brother, Errol Spence, sipping on some scissor. I hope y'all ain't down there popping bottles with martyrs because you barely made it out that last fight, bro. Now, I'm going to go with you for the second fight because I know you got power, you athletic, you got good stamina, you last very well in fights. So I think that Costano may be in trouble, y'all. I think that he possibly could come and knock Costano out. It would be foolish to go 12 rounds with Costano. Costano is not a knockout puncher. He can knock you out stop you probably with accumulation of punches, but due to the chin that I feel that Charlo has, that won't matter. I say that Charlo best out is to go out there and bull rush him. But tactically, though, don't just go out there and throwing punches and no. Be precise, but your objective is to hurt him early in the rounds and get him out of there. Because if he fuck around and he might wait on that boy may come out and outbox him. The boy brought the fight to him last time. That's the reason that it was even a draw, or we consider Brian Costano win. He can't have that boy coming forward towards him. He got to attack that boy this time. Both Charlo's behavior have been shaky lately. I don't want to say it because people they think you criticizing or you hating on him, but y'all look at how the other Charlo brother Jermell was doing. He was drunk on one of his videos recently. I ain't seen people making those stories or trying to downgrade these men. It's the truth. You have to look at all this in the sport of boxing. You can't play boxing, remember? You can't be out here getting drunk and thinking you're going to beat the world. That's when the same thing when it comes to Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. goes out and get drunk. Y'all see him drunk. He showed up the fights drunk. But then when people mention that, you get mad and say, oh, well, you worry about what this man do. I'm talking about it in the form of boxing. If he going around getting drunk and his body is how he makes his money, what make y'all think that he going to be the fighter that's not drinking? Or the fighter that you see staying in the gym? That's his first disadvantage against Terrence Crawford right there, but don't nobody talk about that because they think like you talking bad about him. You down him. No, you have to bring that up. That's something that he does to his body, to his shell. He uses his shell to fight fights. People gonna take it how they want, but I give it to you raw in the cut. I ain't a fan. Ain't nobody paying me. So I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it. Real deal boxer talk, no bias talk, no racism. You know what I'm saying? Both Charlo's behavior have been shaky. The Charlos have some crazy behavior. They going to, just being real. Well, Jermell going around beating up. And I got to bring this back up too. It's funny how they go and beat up on family members, but I got to keep bringing this up. Jerry Hurry slapped you. Jerry Hurd slapped your brother. Why y'all didn't jump Jerry Hurd? The hearts of men, bro. That's why I can't believe the hype with the Charlo brothers. Oh, I do this and all that hollering and yelling, and that don't mean nothing to me. That hollering yelling don't mean nothing to me. All that aggressive talking, y'all, a man, Jerry Hurd slapped your brother in front of y'all. Y'all set cups down on the ground when no bodyguards, no security guards around y'all. This man was by himself with his old lady thugging, slapped Jermell. Y'all set cups down and act like security was there. Y'all set cups down and act like security was there, bro. Y'all all on videos holding AK-47s, all this, man. We don't want to see that. We just want to see some fights. And luckily, thank you, Jermell, because you way different than your brother. You should be the big twin because it seemed like your courage is way bigger than his. Like he really need to go down the yellow brick road. He's on down the road. Yeah. Jamal need to take that. He need to go on the Wizard of Oz. He need to take that trip. You know, you need to get some courage, baby, because them Brandon Adams and Montials and losing to Matt Corbo, when they say Matt Corbo stayed, allegedly, Matt Corbo stayed in the box, sipping it up and pouring it up. And you let him come out here and left hand your ass all night. I'm talking about stiff left hands. All I'm sitting there looking at the fight. I'm like, God damn, Jermell Charlo gonna really let Matt Corbo. Who the hell is Matt Corbo? Come out here and whoop him like this. And they gave it to him. Both brothers lost that night. When Tony Harrison beat the other brother, both of them lost that night. Why you think the Charlo brothers ain't got no headline of cards unless they trying to be undisputed? Or they on PBC? You'll never see the Charlo brothers headline on ESPN if they were to leave Al Heyman. You want to know why? Because they blew their chance that night when both of them lost. That was the night that was supposed to make the Charlo brothers stars. And Al Heyman saved them with that trickery, what they do at PBC, by letting him leave, talking about so he beat Matt Corbo. If he did not beat Matt Corbo. Yeah, they be CB4 and internet gangsters. Yeah. No disrespect to them, but bro, y'all some internet gangsters. Y'all ain't been in those streets, bro. Y'all ain't been in those streets. Y'all been bossing since y'all was kids, bro. Who was paying for them trips for y'all? If you been on the streets thugging with the pistol and the Glock on you, how you had time to go to the amateurs? How you had time to do all this boxing and training? When you was on the, bro, cut it out. Cut it out. Y'all good boxers, stay good boxers. Keep that old street talk in the streets, man. Y'all living good, eating shrimp. Everybody living great. Keep them street niggas from around y'all, man. Keep them street niggas from around y'all. The Charlos never had a real man to teach them to pull their coat and let them know the real. Well, you know, they got a father, you know, but as you get older, you become your own man and people tend to do what they want. You know, I wouldn't say, you know what I'm saying, they've never had a man to teach them or to pull their coat. You know, as men, you know, they make their own decisions. I would say the decisions that they have been making as far as attitude, not professionally, not in their careers or nothing like that, not money, but their attitudes and how they approach things. Yeah, they really do. They need somebody to pull their coat outside of their father. Because I know they father have been in their life, I think, their entire life. So somebody need to pull their coat and tell them. You know, there's been a lot of incidents where the Charlo brothers claim that they are so street. You know, there's a situation where females in the club stole their jewelry. You know what I'm saying? They was in New York or somewhere, and some girls got women stole their jewelry. Jewelry. If you had street credit, you had some real gangsters with you, or if you really know the game and been around women, ain't no woman finna steal my jewelry. Ain't no woman finna walk away with my jewelry because I already know when you hit a club anyway, ain't no good women sitting around in no club like that for real, bro. Good women at home, they go out every 2 months just to go out and get some air. I ain't taking no jewelry in no club. Why would you take a bag of jewelry in a damn club anyway? Why? A man teaches morals. Oh, I could read it right here. A man teaches morals, values. It comes with teaching them how to govern themselves accordingly. True, but one thing I bet you we could do, if we were going to check the Charlo Brothers rap sheet right now, you will see nothing illegal on there. Nothing with no street talks, no cases, no being caught up in nothing, which is good for them. You know, that's not their purpose is to be getting in trouble. But that's why I'm saying leave the CB4 talking, leave the thug life attitude out of the ring, y'all. I understand y'all trying to they trying to use the Adrian Broner, the Floyd Mayweather Adrian Broner, you know what I'm saying? How can this blueprint to come up? But they look more ignorant. It's becoming trashy. You know, after Adrian Broner was doing it, but Adrian Broner was sliding away with it because we wanted to see it because Floyd was gone. You see what I'm saying? We wanted that Floyd void feel, and Adrian Broner was kind of there to fill that Floyd void. You see what I'm saying? It was okay for Broner to do it. But you can clearly see, like, if you see Jermell Charlo's interview, oh, I'm God gifted. I'm God talented. Who y'all heard say that? I'm God gifted. Who the first fighter you ever heard say some shit like that? Floyd Mayweather. It's nothing but copying blueprints. But no, no. I don't like them being like that. You know, why one brother can't be quiet and the other one be the lion? Well, I consider Jermell the lion because Jermell is the one that's out there giving us the hell of a fights that we, you know what I'm saying, the fights that we want to see for him to become undisputed. So when you drunk all the time, people go in people pockets. Oh hell yeah, that happens a lot in clubs, bars, and everything like that. Don't ever fall asleep in a club ever. If you getting too high, go home, and you ain't gonna miss nothing anyway. Charlo be selling wolf tickets, loudest one in the room. I bet the I bet they bullet people that they intimidate. They bullet from what I understand, we just seen where the brother Jamal just had an incident where he was beating up on family members. And I made a video on that. I'm just saying it's real funny that you won't challenge yourself with to a great fight with people, but you around here beating up your cousins, dudes that don't box. So yeah, I think they bullies. I think they bullies. You'll let a man slap your brother, but you won't fight him, but you'll fight a family member. They have had cases of domestic violence, but you won't fight Jerry Hurd after he slapped your brother. You was talking about Daniel Jacobs. He stepped down on you like an OG on the corner. Ain't no smoke. You ain't fought him yet. Ain't you stopped mentioning his name after that? I'm just being real. Now, Charlo fans, y'all gonna hate it. Y'all hate it when somebody, people don't like medicine. People don't like medicine, but I'm gonna give you that medicine. But no bias talk. I ain't a fan. Don't none of them pay me. ESPN or nothing. I give y'all the truth. That's all I can give. Male Charlo only has 18 KOs in 33 fights. So how is he a knockout artist? That's just something that he say. He does knock a lot of fight. He knocks fighters out, but I give him his credit. He has power, but that knockout artist stuff, he made some dudes look real bad. Now I gotta mention Erickson Lubin, he made Erickson Lubin look real bad. He knocked out Julian J. Rock Williams. He knocked out Tony Harrison in later rounds. But knockout artist is 33 wins with 31 KOs. That's a knockout artist. You're not a knockout artist. 33 wins and 18 KOs. Good knockout though. Knockout number, but no. You got to fight everybody to talk how Floyd and Broner talk. Big Charlo resume high. Say it's garbage truck juice. Big Charlo resume is awful. Who do he got on there? Derenchenko, J. Rock Williams, Carlos Bondrich. Nobody for real. Nobody for real. Charlo stuff is trash. But to the people who are on now, to the people, I'm happy I got some people on. Lord, I've been missing my people. Y'all come back to me. I know y'all left me. You know what I'm saying? Your boy been doing wrong by y'all, but I'm finna get back hot with this boxing. This is my core. This is my love. Who do y'all feel is gonna win this second rematch between Brian Costano versus Jermell Charlo? Y'all leave your comments right down here. I'm finna step out for a minute, for 1 second. Don't go anywhere. Y'all tell me what y'all feel about Charlo versus Costano. What y'all feel about the injury of Costano, and who do you feel will be on top in the next fight? Me personally, I am going for Jermell Charlo by knockout, hopefully 6-7 rounds. And I like Costano, but if this fight go 12 rounds and they in Texas, it's a done deal. We seen what happened last time in Texas. We seen what happened last time in Texas. So I want to know. I really want to get to the meat and bones of, the injury, because I like what Charlo said. You can't be telling me your rotator cuff is fucked up and you running around with your arm swinging. You running around with your arm swinging. So, you know. Hold up, y'all. Be right back. Y'all come on, comment. Come on, StreamYard. The link is up. Excuse me. Excuse me for that. I apologize. The link is up. So if you want to come on, please come on to the channel. All you got to do is go on StreamYard, hit the link if you want to come on the channel. StreamYard is easy to get on, y'all. All you got to do is go up in there, type StreamYard, put your email address in there, go into your account, get the number. Boom, we talking, baby. We going live on here. You understand? Charlo versus Costano is a 50-50 fight. He will give Mel a tough time again because of the styles. I don't think so. Jermell, and rematches. Well, I don't know. He probably went harder in the Harrison fight because Harrison beat him. This is a draw. This is not a defeat for him. You know what I'm saying? So the fire may not be there like it was last time when he lost. So it may go differently than what I'm thinking. It may go differently, but I'm really riding with Charlo to go out there and stop Costano, y'all. I think that Charlo, like I said, after seeing that he could hurt Costano, he's gonna go out there with the intent to try to knock him out, just like he did Tony Harrison. Even though Costano is not Tony Harrison, I know Mel was losing to Harrison until the KO. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He was losing. Like I tell y'all, Mel is a C+ fighter. He's C+ as far as offense. The other attributes is what make them good fighters. It's not their offense. It's the stamina. It's the power. It's the relentlessness. I will say the heart. Well, it's kind of hard to say heart because we did see the lion cry. Yeah, if y'all remember, we did see the lion cry a minute ago. I don't even play PlayStation because I don't like to lose. Oh, I like to lose. So we have seen the lion, turn into a cub. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully that don't happen for him in his next fight. Hopefully he go out there and he stop. You know what I'm saying? Brian Costano stop him. We get to see an undisputed matchup at 154. The question is, where in the hell is Jarrett Hurd? He's slapping niggas and going home. He's slapping niggas and going home and retiring. Where you at, Jarrett Hurd? Are you gonna go to 160 or what? Since he lost to J. Rock Williams, I don't know what he been doing. Come on back, baby. Come on back. Come on back to the sport of boxing. Mel doesn't want smoke with little boogeyman Bud. That's something that I didn't say though. He don't want smoke with Bud. He didn't say he'll take him on. You went to talking about some. Why don't you stay at 147 and fight with at 147? But if you'll knock him out and you so sure you'll knock him out, you supposed to say, well, come on, bring your ass up here. Come on. If you that bit and bad, come on up here. Damone.
What's going on? Easy work?
What's up with your player? How you doing today, man?
Chilling, man. Hey, I woke up, so I'm winning.
Hey, man, I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that. You know what we talking about, the Charlo versus Costano. What you feel about this fight coming up, man?
I just want to say before I get to the Costano fight. Now, Charlo's supposed to be this big old bad lion, right? Big this guy that he destroy everything he fights. He did everything when he was talking about Bud, except let's fight.
True.
I get all of the selling the Wolf tickets. It sounded good. He went to talking about Bob Arum. Bud ain't even with Bob Arum no more. He got to talking about you just learn how to be a challenger, take less, take what they give you. It seemed like that's the only person they do that to is Bud. We didn't hear what Ugas. We didn't hear about no splits. We didn't hear about none of that. Ugas got his money. Nope. And, Mel's supposed to, I like that he was talking stuff, but he should have been saying, when you take care of business, come on here. I'm waiting on you.
That's what a lion would have said, right?
To me, he did everything but put the period at the end. I like what he was saying. I think it's entertaining. I like it.
Yeah.
But it just sounds like he really don't want that fight. And Bud been saying stuff to him for a while.
Bud, it's been almost 2 years, but almost a year and a half. Him and Bud been going back and forth. If he really wanted that smoke, he's supposed to tell Bud, okay, if you really want it, come on. I'll fight you.
I was listening to Bernie, and Bernie said Bud really, really want to fight.
I mean, we all know Bud is not one of them fighters that come out there and just call out people just for the hell of it. When Bud calls out a fighter, he won.
Yeah. But I'm going to stay on topic. I don't want to get off topic. I think Costano, you got to realize he beat Arrow on the amateurs. I know it's the amateurs. He's a pressure fighter.
Yeah.
He's an underrated inside fighter. You know how what he did in that first fight, he got Mel going backwards. Mel can't fight going backwards. Mel was laying on that rope.
I don't know how you just read my mind. I forgot about that in the fight. Jermell cannot fight going backwards.
None of Derrick James fighters can. I don't think Arrow can either.
And that's what made the fight so close was that, because I was just saying, Costano is too small of a fighter for Jermell, the Lion, to be going 12 rounds with this boy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's good that you just brought that up, because I was just saying that.
Because I think Costano, he a warrior too. You're gonna have to kill him too. He coming to win. Yeah. He ain't just showing up. And I think Mel might have took him a little. He might have underrated him and took him light, but that ain't Costano's fault. Ain't his fault.
Ain't his fault at all.
So I think I would favor Charlo, but I think Charlo lost that first fight. If you ask me, Charlo lost that first fight, man. You get a draw in your home city, hometown, you know you lost. I think that fight was, I think it was a close fight, but I compare that. That was just as bad of a decision as I can't say that. That Josh Taylor fight was bad.
I still haven't seen that fight yet, man.
Oh man, Josh lost that fight, man. They robbed that boy. He knocked Josh down clean too, and he won. To me, if you want to say he won the first 6 rounds to me.
Oh, for real?
I really couldn't find a round. Josh really wasn't hitting him. He outlanded Josh. He landed the more effective punches, the power punches. He dropped Josh. Even though they took a point away from him, they took a point away from Josh too. So I don't know. One of the refs had it 114, 111. I don't know what fight they were watching.
But they was in Josh Taylor hometown, and that's what I'm saying. Right? Yeah, and that's what I'm saying about this fight with Costano. This fight gonna be in Texas, probably again. I hope if Costano should have told them from jump, I am not fighting him in Texas.
They probably paid him a little extra money. They want to get a little bit of that paper. You're gonna get a little. I think this should have been a pay-per-view fight, to be honest. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be one of the fights of the year. I think it's gonna be up for fight of the year. I do.
It should have been a pay-per-view fight, but due to the disrespect of how they did him and robbed him, I wouldn't really. I'd have been so probably pissed off and bitter behind it that I'd have told Charlo, you ain't gonna never be undisputed as long as I hold this belt. The way y'all fucking robbed me, I ain't giving you this title. We'll never fight again. You see what I'm saying? That was wrong, man.
Yeah, that's the first time I seen Charlo, and I like Charlo. I think he got, he got some dog in him, but I thought Castano showed just as much dog, if not a little more, in that fight.
Yeah,
like I just do. Them Argentinian boxers, they don't got no quit in them.
Yo, they ain't got no quit in them.
No, you're gonna have to kill them. You gotta hit them with a cinder block.
What's the guy?
Hit one of them with a cinder block or something.
Oh yeah, Sergio Martinez.
Yeah,
Wasn't he Argentinian?
I believe so.
Yeah, them dudes don't play. They come out there to win, baby.
Yeah, them boys used to being outside with no shoes on and stuff like that, man. They got a real hard living, man. So they fighting for a whole country. You can't underestimate that.
So do you know where this fight, the second rematch, will be? Is that gonna be in?
It's in Texas.
It's in Texas too?
Yeah.
Hell no. You see what I'm saying? You see why they want to go back?
I think it might be, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, I think it's either Houston or San Antonio. It's one of the two.
Texas.
It's in Texas though.
Yeah, see, hell no.
That's because you got a lot that Latin fan base. You got Charlo's got a fan base down there. You feel you can sell out. You could sell out the arena probably with the probably locations probably because of that for the gate.
I wouldn't give a damn.
They won't probably sell in Vegas like that.
Yeah, I know they. I mean, this is whatever we would have to sell in Vegas. We would have to sell in Vegas because ain't no way in hell I will go back to Texas and allow y'all to rob me. I'm not going.
I guess but you can look at it. He believe in himself. You can look at it like that.
Oh yeah,
I can respect that.
Yeah,
I can respect.
But what you feel about? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
What you feel about the injury?
I mean, they said the WBO said he showed proof of his injury, so that's all we can go by. He hasn't had no history. He hasn't had no history of PEDs or anything like that. I don't want to hear no excuses, Mel. I don't want to hear no excuses. If Shakur ain't making those same kind of all that extra stuff, and Valdez is a known T guy, funny T guy, then Mel, go in there and fight me. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Oh, OG say Costano say he's not leaving it to the judges. He better not, because that's why they're going back to Texas.
He coming to win, man, and I believe that. I think this could be fight of the year. I'm gonna always root for the brother. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna root for the brother. But I don't really like the Charlos, but I ain't gonna turn on them. I wouldn't be mad if Castano won. I wouldn't be.
I don't like them, but I ain't gonna never discredit the brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give them they just do. Yeah,
they can fight. They definitely can fight. I just Mel that he got arrested today, or they got a warrant for him now. I don't know what's going on with these dudes, man. It's a lot of outside of the ring stuff. Yeah, Mel they got a warrant for his arrest, man. He got some stuff going on. Young Mel, yep, 154 Mel.
The younger brother who just made the video.
Yeah. He got a warrant issue for his arrest, man. Yep.
The way he done did, bro.
Terroristic threats.
Capping.
I don't know what a stem it could be. I don't know, but they sell a lot of wolf tickets, man. They need to go WWE with it.
It's probably his baby. It's probably his baby mama. He was just talking about he trying to get custody from his 12-year-old son. He probably got on the phone and sent her some threats.
I don't know what it's pertaining to, but that is a fact. I'm like, no, it's Mel. It's Mel. And see, all this stuff adds up. And I'm gonna keep it. I want to get off topic, but we cooking.
Mm-hmm, we cook.
The thing with Errol, right? I think Errol was a hell of a talented fighter. I think Errol has robbed us of the real fight that we want to see with Bud. Because I would tell you, it was really a 50-50 fight when he was living living somewhat of when he was fresh, when he was still hungry before the belts. That guy,
Yeah.
Shag. I think that would have been a better fight, but I don't. The accident, the mysterious eye injury that healed in 6 months with the retina. I
Yeah.
still don't. Whatever. It's
Yeah.
because with the retina, I believe if it was something, if either was it was, I don't know if it was from the accident. I doubt it because he's been checked out, or your sparring partner beating the hell out of you. So either way, they probably say, you know what, he ain't gonna win this fight. So we got to come up with a reason.
Mm-hmm.
He had flew overseas. Remember when he was supposed he had that eye? So because I work for American Airlines, so I work. You cannot fly
Okay.
when you have eye surgery. You can't fly because that air, that pressure, you can't fly.
Yeah.
So
But he
he went
taking flight.
overseas. Yeah, they tell you you can't go overseas. He ain't wouldn't even heal.
Oh yeah. He was drinking with
Yeah, he
Yellow
was
Beezy.
overseas.
Yeah, chilling with his old. Oh man.
Yeah, you can't
Thank
fly
you.
when you have eye surgery, man. You can't fly at all.
Damon, thank you for exposing that truth, my brother. Did y'all hear? For those who don't, he just said you work for who? What airline,
American
my brother?
Airlines. American Airlines.
American Airlines. And Errol Spence was on a plane, and he was because the guy made a video about him over there drinking with his girlfriend.
Yeah, you can't. You got to fly over there. You can't take no boat.
Dubai. They went to
Yeah,
Dubai.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if he had the eye injury, but and to me, I think the thing with him and Bud lives a real boxer's lifestyle. It's only three
Yeah.
boxers in that weight division that as of now, because I don't count Sean anymore. He retired. That live a real boxer lifestyle. That's Ugas, who always in the gym and always in shape. Boots, just he
Mm-hmm.
looked like he a gym rat. He always in the gym and he young. And
Yeah.
Bud,
And
those are the
Bud.
guys that you don't never see neither one of them out of shape too
Never.
much.
Well,
They might be.
I seen Boots recently in a video where he talking about, so when the guy asked him, he was like, how much do you weigh? But he gonna tell the guy to answer, oh, I don't walk around weighing myself. Quit lying, Boots. You a boxer. Just say I ain't in that much shape right now. I'm in the off season.
Yeah, Boots probably was about 170, but this is going. He got maybe 1 year tops at 147. He's a big frame. He's a taller welterweight. He can't keep making the weight more than another year. He
Yeah,
can't do it.
that's why Boots is rushing all these fights so fast, because he know he can't stay there.
No, he can't stay. This is like Devin Haney. He killing himself at 135. It's time for Dev to move up.
Let me read OG comments right quick. He say, because I already read that one. He said Costano had his head in Mel's chest the entire fight.
He did.
Yeah. He brought it to him. That's what threw Jermell off. Jermell used, like you said, he can't fight backing up.
No,
If you
and
bring
like
it,
I said, if Castano fought Bud, that would be still a tough fight for Bud. I think Bud would win, but the pressure, he's a relentless pressure guy. I believe that's how he beat Errol Spence with pressure. To look at him,
but
he don't look like much, but he
not
also
only
beat
is
Teixeira too. He beat Teixeira too.
yeah, not only is he a fighter that has the same style as Sean Porter, aggressive style, but how can you say strategic with the way he fight. You know, he's a good boxer himself. You know, he ain't just no aggressive fighter.
He
That's the
got
difference.
technique with it.
Yes, that's the best word to say it. Thank you, brother. He got technique and he's aggressive.
And he
You
got a
know, he
little
knows.
pop. He got a decent pop with his punches. He got a
Yeah,
decent pop. You got to respect it.
I
I
wouldn't
thought
say
he
he
hurt
got.
Mel in that fight at one point. He hurt him with one of those
He hurt
punches.
him. He hurt him. Mel was saying that, but he would try to say it like he didn't really hurt him, like it didn't do nothing to him. Come on, you know that. You know that punch hurt you.
Hell, it
We
hurt me
seen
because I was like, damn, you know what I mean? That was
we
a hell of
seen
a
you go
shot.
to the rope a little wobbly.
Have you ever seen Mel on the ropes that much in the fight?
No, no.
And
All they
something
have
about
to do
go ahead.
is follow the same game plan.
It's something with them Texas boys, man. They love that nightlife, man. Every time I see them Charlo boys, they look like they sauced up, man. They oiled up with that liquor or something, man. They look
Man,
always got a red cup. It's always, like I know Mar was drunk or something in that one. He had to be. Something was off, man. And I don't know with Brian Custer. I don't know if Mel was. I don't know if he had something or he just seemed a little off to me in that interview. Because if you think about it, Custer didn't even really ask him a lot of questions. He just let Mel go. And
that's what I'm saying. Mel was talking like he had to be high or something because he kept running his mouth. Costa couldn't ask any questions.
No,
So when I
I
was,
like Custer. He gives a good interview to me. I think he underrated as an interviewer. I like his interviews. He's pretty.
yeah, he give good interviews, but if you look and you clearly see Jermell was on something, man. I'm happy I'm the only person not saying that. So people are like, oh man, you hating on the man, stay out of his business. I'm telling you the truth. He was on something. He was running his damn mouth he took like he hit some cocaine.
He might have been on that nose candy. He might have been, man.
I'm
Because you
telling
see,
you.
like when Custer brought up Bud, you see how his whole demeanor changed
Yeah.
when he asked him about Bud.
He went to hollering in there. You see what I'm saying?
He
Thank
got
you.
all animated. I mean, he didn't even let Brian Custer follow it up. So Brian just said, "I'm just gonna let this dude go and let him go." I got one. I know your boy is Keith Thurman, man. Where is Keith Thurman, man? I know you
Man,
said 8 months he needed to fight Bud. Where Bud is free. He ain't fighting nobody right now. Where's the smoke, Keith?
Keith said he's going the WBC route.
He
You know
ducking.
what that means.
He ducking.
Now, I will give him credit. I checked the rankings for the WBO. I don't think Keith is nowhere even on the WBO list. But that don't mean you can't go out your way and try to get that fight.
Bud to fight him. So all
Bud
that
to
the
fight
fight
him.
could be made.
The fight could be made. So that's still ducking. I appreciate you, Keith. You tried it. But usually Keith whole ducking thing with Terrence Crawford be the WBO title is not a legitimate real belt.
Yeah, it was a legitimate belt when Jeff Horn had it. They all wanted to fight Jeff Horn for that belt.
Even Errol Spence said he was wanting to fight Jeff Horn.
I like Keith, man, but it's hard to like this new version of Keith. And Errol turning into what was with Errol? We'll see. What does that mean? We'll see. What we gonna see? You're supposed to be like, listen, I'm gonna take care of Ugas, and ain't nobody else I'm looking at but Bud. Say that.
But
Don't say
Bud,
we'll see. He
we'll
bigging
see.
up Keith, which gave me red flag. Bigging up Keith Thurman. I think he gonna fight Keith Thurman, man.
That's what I've been saying that for the longest, telling people he is going to fight Keith Thurman.
I don't believe he gonna fight Bud, man. I really don't think so. We'll see, man. We've been waiting 3 years for you, dude. We'll see. That ain't
And
the
then
vibe I want, man. I don't want to hear that.
then he went so far as to lying on Bud, saying that Bud was making too many demands towards the fight. Now, you personally, Damon, do you remember Bud making any demands towards Errol Spence for that fight?
No, he didn't say that until Errol said 60-30, 70, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, whatever we give him. The disrespect in that. On this fight, from my information, from my source, Errol's getting a 1.5 million guaranteed. Ugas is getting 1 million guaranteed. And a pay-per-view is a 50-50 split. What the hell is Ugas so?
Ugas ain't never been a 3-time world champion undisputed.
And I like Ugas. I like Ugas. Because Ugas
I like
saved
him too.
Errol. He saved Errol. So he probably had that in before I even try to get this fight, because Earl was going to have to fight Bud. He's going to be forced to fight Bud. He was going to have to get that Mando with either Boots or Virgil. Or that other mandatory that he got. That just beat I forget the kid that he just beat him, the mandatory for the IBF.
Yeah, you late, bro. Let me read some of these comments right quick. Hey y'all, if you want to come on the channel, go on StreamYard. It's easy to come on the channel. All you gotta do is go on StreamYard. The link is in the description. Let me go up and read some of these comments. Rebel Life, what up? Thank you. Salute to you, my brother. Mel was sauced on that interview, says OG. Yes, he was. OG, my bad, I removed the comment. Errol will see Spence. Yeah, it's switched from the truth to Errol. We shall see in the future, Spence. No man down.
Well, he said that in the interview. I ain't knocked nobody out in a long time since on campus. He said that.
But everybody's saying he gonna knock out Ugas though.
Did you see that I don't even like to get people personal. Did you see how his baby mama put Bud as an avatar?
No, I didn't.
Oh man, yeah, you gotta see that. She put Bud as her avatar on her Instagram or Twitter account, one of the two. Bud, yeah, she said she came out and said she want Bud to knock Errol out.
Man, women cold blooded. The women
Hey man,
cold.
nothing. They hell have no fear like a woman scorn, especially a baby mama, man.
I heard her get on some song on there. I'm making she must be a singer because she was on there singing. I was by your side in the car accident in the hospital and all this. You know, women
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know. He pissed her off. She was calling him. I'm glad that because she came on CJ Goodfellas. I don't know if you're familiar, and he was gonna interview her, but then the interview only probably lasted maybe 30 seconds because she started talking, not boxing, not nothing. She went to go get personal and say some stuff, and I give him a lot of credit. He was like, "No, we're not here for that."
Yeah.
I thought, and then she starts singing or something, and then the interview ended. So he didn't really, he not the biggest Arrow fan. But he said, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. So he stopped her. So she wouldn't have really to get off per se what she was trying to do. So I commend him on that. I know it's your platform.
You good, bro.
I just know that
That's why I need people to come on because different opinions is what make a great show. You feel me?
yeah. I was impressed by it. So I think I got your show. I think I got your show from probably Bushido, if I'm not mistaken. I think it might have been Bushido. You know who Bushido is?
Yo, yeah, that's my dog,
Yeah, I think
Bushido.
that's where I got. That's Yep. He said subscribe to Easy Work Bot. Yeah, that's where I got you from Bushido.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my
I
boy
got
there.
you and YSM from Bushido.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Shout
Yep.
out to Bushido Boxing. I love it how he bring it. You know what I'm saying? He don't go into it as far as like I do. He just give you, you know what I'm saying, his opinion. I love the way he bring it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bushido, man.
Yeah. That's how I've been rocking with you ever since then, man. It's probably been about since like December, man. Maybe December.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I be
Rebel.
rocking. I be trying to hit the notifications, man, but I hit the I set it for the notification. Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't.
I don't know why that be happening. Rebel Life, you say they gonna push Bud out the division. That's what it looked like they doing. It looked like he being blackballed and at 147.
But everybody get their biggest payday fighting. Look, Manny wanted 40 million to fight him. Keith wanted 10 million, but he just took 750,000 to fight Mario Barrios. Danny turned down 3 million, his biggest payday at the time. Uh, 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 I don't know, Sean. You had to pull teeth to get Sean in there. It just took a lot, man. So I don't know. I don't know. I can't call it, man. I don't know what it is with Bud. He must really be the baddest mofo around, and because these people know they don't want no parts. He trying to bark up a bigger male, and Mel don't seem to want no real smoke. Like I said, he said everything, but let's fight, Bud.
Hold on, let me
Everything,
put
but
this
let's fight.
charge on. Let me put this charge on this computer. Hold up. You know,
And
one
I'm
of the things
disappointed in Mel. I was disappointed in Mel. I expected more out of him.
this is
I don't.
this era of boxing. People don't understand what's going on, but Bud will be remembered in the sport of boxing, y'all. This man has caused so much controversy. People ain't really looking at what's going on with Bud and this whole boxing thing. He causing so much controversy. Years from now, that man gonna remember as the fighter, the boxer who nobody wanted to fight.
You got to be the most avoided fighter besides Andrade. Him and Boo Boo.
Oh yeah, I forgot about my boy
I
Boo
don't know
Boo.
what Boo Boo can do, man. He walked down Canelo in the press conference. Mel said we gonna black card him. Mar, you got to fight that dude, man. Triple G don't want to have nothing to do with him. Seems like Benavidez is starting to change his tune. I don't know what's going on with this. I can't fault Demetrius Andrade. I
If
can't.
if Benavidez does not fight Demetrius Andrade, hang him up.
You
You
hear
you
that dude talking about they
screaming
need 10 million to fight Andrade?
what?
The promoter, they promoted something. We need 10 million because he's such a risk.
Oh my man, this horrible what this man going through, man.
Yeah, they say
This
because
is
he a high risk fight for Benavidez. But then Benavidez's dad came out and said we willing to negotiate. He said that they want to fight, and he didn't down the promoter, but he was just basically saying that's the fight we want, and 10 million isn't the number that we're looking for. We just want a good number to fight him, but we're not stuck on that number. We're willing to negotiate.
That's ducking, man.
The
That's
fathers
new.
came out and said that, but I don't. It was the promoter who said that 10 million mark, but I don't know.
That's new era ducking. What?
It's okay to if you undefeated. It's okay to lose your undefeated. You're old if you fighting elite fighters. There's not many elite fighters that haven't lost. It doesn't diminish their legacy.
It don't. That's that Floyd Mayweather era shit that got these guys talking about they don't want to lose and they want the Floyd started this the lowest risk with the biggest reward thing. He
Yeah,
should
but
have.
Floyd put in a lot of work though. Easy, he did put his
He put
work
in a
in.
lot of work. Yeah, Floyd put in a lot of work, but I got to be real about it, bro. Floyd, he didn't destroy it because he put in a lot of work, but the fighters who came behind him watched him and they don't want to do nothing, man.
That ain't his fault though. They don't. They
This,
looking at Money Mayweather. They not looking at Pretty Boy. The
yeah,
reason the Pacquiao fight, he get a bad rap. I'm Floyd is he is who he is, but he get a bad rap for that Pacquiao fight. The reason it took so long because Floyd initially he was going to do 50-50 with Manny. He was going to give Manny everything he asked for to fight him. The only thing he requested with Manny was the drug testing. Manny would not do it, talking about he don't like needles, but he got all these tattoos on.
he got tattooed.
Yeah.
OG say Keith ain't get 10 million for Manny Pacquiao. And that's who he should have got it for because and even though you my boy Keith, you should have got 10 million for Manny because Manny put it on you, money.
And
You know what I'm
everybody be
saying?
talking about Keith, and I think Keith. To be honest, I think Keith before the injuries, before all this layoff, in my opinion, out of all the fighters in 147, I thought he would have gave Bud the most trouble because of
Who
his
that?
style, his counter punching. He moved back. That old Keith, not this Keith.
Oh yes.
I'm talking about the
I,
old Keith when he had both the belts before all the injuries. I think that Keith would have gave Bud a hell of a go.
the Keith with the ponytail. That's what
Yes,
he's talking about. Yes.
the two
I
belt
keep
Keith.
I
Keith
keep
coming off
telling
of beating
people that.
Danny and Sean.
People keep talking about Spence the fight. No, it's not. Spence is not really the fight, y'all. The fight is really Keith Thurman versus Terrence Crawford because the styles. You got to
Keith just
switch it.
sitting out, holding out. They must have promised Keith a fight, so he's probably waiting on this Ugas Spence winner to get that slot because he ain't saying nothing. He just sitting back waiting because they probably didn't promise him something. I think Ugas do want to fight Bud, but they gonna, if Ugas somehow mess up the apple cart, they gonna screw Ugas. They gonna give him
Yeah,
all
like
these mandatories. They gonna make him jump through hoops because you done messed up our money. So they hoping Ugas don't win.
I mean, Ugas is not as marketable as Errol Spence.
He don't speak English. Ugas, can you speak English?
Yeah. And then
Oh,
once again, what they fighting at? Texas.
again, that Cowboy Stadium, they gonna, a lot of Latinos, you know what I mean? They gonna come out. It is a unification fight. I think the Ring magazine is on the line too. So I think Ugas got a hell of a chance to beat Errol. If you
Ugas
think
got a
about
hell
them
of
Cuban fighters, that's all they train against is
it's
southpaws.
southpaws. And look what he did to Manny Pacquiao. Not only that, you got to think about all these injuries coming off Errol Spence. You got to think about him drinking.
The inactivity that we don't talk about, the two fights in 3 years, that's worse than the injuries, is the inactivity.
So when people criticize, I go in on Spence, but they thinking I'm picking Spence. I mean, I'm picking Ugas because I don't like Spence. No, I'm picking Ugas because I believe he's the better fighter. He's a southpaw killer, and I really don't want Errol to end up with the titles because Errol is going to postpone an undisputed matchup. I think uh, if Ugas beats Spence, Ugas will go ahead and fight Terrence.
Yeah. They paid money to get Ugas in this fight. They paid they paid some step aside money to get Ugas. Because Ugas was tied up in the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they was trying to put him in a tournament for a belt that he won.
He wasn't supposed to beat Pacquiao. See, that's the politics of it. They didn't.
Yeah.
He upset the apple cart, so they say. So to speak.
Yeah.
A lot of money was lost with Pacquiao because Pacquiao was supposed to beat him and then fight Errol. Now,
he said the thing is, if Ugas win, will the judges give it to him? I don't think so. No, they're not gonna give it. It's in Texas.
he's gonna have to clearly beat that boy.
Errol Spence is the more marketable fighter.
Yeah.
People that I mean, now that Hughes has fought Manny Pacquiao, his name is out there, but they ain't gonna make as much money off them titles as Errol will.
Yeah, PBC gonna make more money off Errol. That's a fact. But what they're gonna do is they're gonna cash Errol out with if they like Bud and Errol. That's a to me that's a somewhere between 500,000, 500K and a million pay-per-view buys, man. People want to see. People want that fight, man. Even people at my job, man. That's not even really. I mean, they watch boxing. I call them a casual fan. They know about the fight, man.
Mm-hmm.
This fight has been sold and marketed and promoted as much as you can promote it.
I gotta read this comment from Mass Disruption. Yugas winning is the best thing for PBC. They keep the belts and a rematch with Spence. Yeah, I love that you right, but I hate that you right.
But you know, on a unification bout, there is no rematch clauses.
Oh, there is no rematch clause?
Not in unification fights. No.
Well, they you know with the way PBC going, and you know they ships is sinking. They need the money. You know, yeah, I could
Because
possibly see this
Costano and because at first remember Mel was talking like he don't know if he want to do the fight but they both wanted to do the fight, so they made the fight happen. You know what I mean? Because the unification is supposed to in boxing, unification is trump mandatories.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, that ain't we ain't worried about no mandatories a unification fight.
Right. And so, you know, like even with the mandatory with Sean Porter, they gave Sean $4 million guaranteed.
For what unification?
I mean not the for the mandatory fight with Bud, he got $4 million for that fight guaranteed.
Oh, okay.
They gave him a 60-40 split. Otherwise, Sean probably would have turned it down. I think he got a guaranteed $2 million against Errol or $2.5 million against Errol, something like that.
So he another one that wanted a good check and all. It's ridiculous what's going on with Terrence, man.
That was his biggest guarantee of his career. That $4 million.
This man
got 6. He got 4.
He got to break the bank to get people in the ring with him, man.
Yeah, man. Because I learned something myself. It's 2 splits when they fight. You got the guaranteed purse split, and then you got the pay-per-view purse split. They 2 different things. I didn't know that. I just, I've learned this as I go. Like Bud saying, I want 50-50 on the guaranteed money.
Mm-hmm.
I want my money guaranteed no matter what. I don't want to get paid based off no sales and none of that.
You know, like I was saying about it, why it just can't be 40-40, the winner take the other 20% and whatever else?
Because you got a guy who's not confident.
Exactly. You got somebody sitting there thinking like, nah, man, I don't really think I could beat him. If you confident, you'll take the fight.
50-50 works, man. Nobody complains. Errol deserved 50%. I'm not one of them people that say 50-50, man. Bud said 50-50.
Both of them deserve 50-50. I don't know where people came out with the 70-30, the 60-40, when Bud has accomplished more than Errol in the sport of boxing.
At least send an offer of a 60-40 and work from there behind the scenes. If it's 55-45, so what? We don't need to know that. If you really want to fight, that should be the fight is made. We don't got to do all that no more. Did we know about Ugas? We didn't know about that Ugas stuff. It wasn't no argument about because Ugas said he wanted 50-50.
I mean, what he said. And he got it. So why can't
he pretty much got it?
Ugas hasn't accomplished what Terrence Crawford has accomplished, and he got 50-50.
Pretty much, that's what he got.
When we mention the fact about Errol Spence ducking, don't it look like a duck?
Mikey got 50-50. I think Danny got a even split. So I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I'm if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck.
It's a duck, man.
It's a duck.
It's a fucking duck.
It's a duck, man. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, Errol's defense. I don't think it's all him. I think a lot of that's Al Heyman.
Al Heyman. I can't agree with that because I agree that I think that Al Heyman is there to make money. He don't give a damn about Errol getting punched in his face.
But if I can squeeze Errol and keep squeeze a few more fights before I cash him out, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, but much money as Al Heyman got, I don't think it. I think it's just really that it's just Errol Spence don't want to fight. I mean, this man Al is a promoter. You know what I'm saying? He ain't there really to be their friend. Why they call him Uncle Al? He there to make money off your back, fool.
I can't believe he's. I don't. I see. I don't. I'm one of them people. I don't buy the Errol scared, but I don't think he's. I don't think he's rushing to get in there with him. But I don't think he's scared. But I don't think he really wants to fight. I know he think now he knows he has to take the fight. It's not because I don't think his fans going to accept him fighting Keith Thurman at this point. Because then now you're going against what you said.
No, I
So
don't
he can
think
still
he's
hold on
scared.
to that right now.
I don't think he's scared at all. I think that he
No,
just in his mind that he don't see himself winning.
he's not confident against Bud. He's not.
Mm.
He's not. You
Go
know,
back,
and
if
so
people, and then we gonna well, they want us to go back to, but go back and peep the conversation. Look how the faces when they were face to face backstage with Bob Arum. Now he he intimidated Errol Spence, y'all. I'm telling y'all, no hate on Errol. He intimidated him. Errol Spence and Terrence right there face to face.
he didn't get the same energy he gave Sean Porter and Keith.
Hold on. His homeboy said something out the way, or said something while just backing up Terrence Crawford, laughing or something like that. Errol Spence points his attention to the homeboy.
Yeah.
To the point where Terrence Crawford like, why are you talking to him? You need to be talking to me. And he said, I
Yeah.
bet you $100,000 I beat you. He said, let's bet $1 million.
Oh, Bernie said Bud's serious about betting that million too. He said Bud said he got that $1 million on himself against Errol. That
Oh
he said
yeah, I bet he
that bet is
do.
real.
I bet he do. Oh, let me see what Dirty Red say. Hell yeah, if you ain't selling, you ain't eating. At the PBC, damn near every fight is pay-per-view. PBC is on his way out, y'all. That's why I rock with who said that it may be a rematch about that fight, because they trying to bring money back to PBC, and it will, you know what I'm saying, help the fighters. It'll benefit the fighters for a rematch. But I do not want to see no damn rematch. I want to see fights going headed to undisputed, man. I'm tired of the one. I'm sick of 147, to be real with you.
See, I'm okay with if you gave us a couple of shaky kind of fights, even if they were some pay-per-view fights, but if you gave us a lot of the fights that we really wanted to see, like the Bud and say Bud and like Errol and Keith, Bud and Errol, if you gave us some real fights that the fans really want to see, we'll accept a little BS. We'll accept a little BS. Cause we know we're gonna get the fight we want in a couple months. But when you don't give
Mhm.
us nothing, basically we take what you give us. Whatever,
Yeah.
man. Come on, man. Come on, man. We don't want to do that. Tank, and Cruz fight wouldn't have been that bad of a fight to accept if we could have got. We knew he was gonna get Tank and Lomachenko and in the summertime or something.
Yeah, and I think they blew that. They blew that was some easy money to remake by rematching Cruz. I know that's a bad fight. I didn't like the fight at all, but as a businessman, I would have said, well, why don't we go and put that fight back out there, since they feel that you lost, you know what I'm saying? Since we dodge in competition,
We're
why
gonna
don't we
fight
just go ahead?
Rolly. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Why don't we
Rolly.
just put you back out there with Cruz as a rematch, since everybody think you lost? That's the way I would have thought it, because they guard and tank and hide and tank from real opponents. So why not rematch? That would have been marketable, because everybody was saying Tank lost to Isaac Cruz. So people would have watched the rematch.
Yeah, and then a lot of time too, easy. They don't even give you no good undercards, man. Give me some undercard. If it's a so-so main event, can we get some good undercards? I like watching somebody, some good fights. Give me a good undercard. I don't give me no suspect main event and then the undercards. You're like, man, what is this, man? What
Mm.
is this?
Let me see what Mass Disruption said. It's Premier Boxing Champions. They can't have Bud take the titles and welterweight and then 154. Well, why don't Al Heyman just sign them, man? I don't. But Bud, like I've been hearing, Bud don't want to go over there.
That
That's what.
what it is they'll give them they trying to dangle the Errol Spence fight, but they want to do a 2 or 3 fight deal, a 3 fight deal. I think they're trying to do a 3 fight deal.
No,
And he don't want to do. He want to do a fight by fight basis.
no. No. He shouldn't do that, because we'll have 3 years from now, we'll still be waiting on the Spence fight.
But the thing that he had with in the Bob Arum contract, he was guaranteed 2 fights a year in that contract.
Mm-hmm.
So even though we had the pandemic, he only fought once because Bob couldn't get him to fight that second fight because he's supposed to get the Errol Spence fight, and Bob couldn't deliver. This is why he's suing.
Yeah,
Because
and
Bob, if he couldn't get him that Errol Spence fight back then, Bob would have to pay him the $900,000.
yes, that's exactly why he's suing. They lied to him with the Kavalauskas fight and told him, well, if you fight Kavalauskas, we got your Errol Spence up next, and they owed him the $900,000.
They owe him that now.
They
But you're
didn't
talking
pay
about
him.
it ain't about the race thing. That ain't really about that because it's stuff in writing that Bob just saying I ain't
Yeah,
paying.
it's about not doing what you said.
Yeah,
The racism part, I think Terrence gonna win because I remember when Lomachenko was fighting and they didn't even put and Bud fought the next week, Amir Khan. They didn't even put Bud fight on Lomachenko card, mention it.
Well, this is the biggest indictment of Bob. I thought that only reason Shakur got Valdez is because of the Bud stuff.
I mean,
He wasn't gonna get that fight because they was trying to get Valdez to fight the 126 pounder. I forget his name, but
Narati.
yeah, that's the fight that he was gonna do.
Yeah,
but then you got to realize too with Tyson Fury, you see how they put Tyson Fury pay-per-view on all platforms, not no app.
Yeah, they promote who they want. Yugas has
they want. If Bud would have been on all streaming platforms, it probably would have been double at least of what they got. Because that ESPN Plus ain't the easiest app to navigate.
Let me read this comment right here. Yugas has the WBA belt. That's bigger than a WBO. Plus, this is for undisputed. Errol can carry this card to sell by himself. Thurman will be the next fight. Yugas or EJ can't make welterweight no more.
It's not for undisputed. You need the WBO, man. You got to be like Josh Taylor. Even though he lost, you got to have all 4 belts: the IBF, the WBC, WBA, and WBO.
I heard
you got to have all 4.
In fact, I heard Jermell say something about that today. To me, I wish I didn't have to go through the process of even trying to get this belt. I don't know why, because they was gonna start this with Spence too. When if Spence get them 3 titles, watch how many Errol Spence fans gonna go around and say he already undisputed without fighting.
They're gonna try that Teofimo Cambosis crap.
Watch what I tell you.
And he's gonna move up. I think he's gonna move up, man.
All of a sudden, the WBO title it ain't gonna have no grounds to it. If Errol beat Yugas, Errol Spence, does he really have to fight Crawford now? You know, back in the day, you had 3 belts. That was back in the day. This 2022, nigga.
Canelo had to go get all 4. He had to go get it. However, he got it. You know, remember Keith was calling it the WB no belt?
Yeah. I mean, he said that the WBO held no ground because it's the last belt that came out. It's a top ranked belt. When that's a damn lie. It's Puerto Rican based company. The first 2 people that ever had the top ranked belt was Riddick. I think it was Riddick Bowe and Nazim Hamed.
Yeah.
What the fuck Bob Arum had to do with that? Oh, let me see what this comment say. Yeah, but Terrence Crawford don't sell. Thurman and Barrios even did better. Gotta call a spade a spade.
Did 65,000.
But also, do you remember that Terrence Crawford was one of the most highly viewed fighters on ESPN?
Yeah, but that's not accurate because Keith Thurman and Barrios did 65,000.
I know, but people are always talking about what Terrence sell and this and that. And he can only sell in Omaha.
And outside of Manny, what did Keith ever sell outside of Manny?
What did Keith say outside of Manny? Nothing.
Yeah, he ain't.
Nothing. That's why first we got to go back to the point of these pay-per-view numbers. They love talking about pay-per-view numbers. This is not the pay-per-view numbers of the old eras. 100,000 and 300. Errol Spence, I think, got the highest of pay-per-view numbers, and that's like 365,000. That ain't shit.
Out of the 147, yeah. But that's kind of, I think Mikey had a lot of them fans too, man.
But I'm saying, in today's time, Floyd Mayweather had 2.4 million pay-per-view buys and shit. 300,000 ain't nothing. And yeah, you could blame it on streaming, but stop acting like dudes is out there like he a juggernaut in the game.
Because how does Jake Paul and Logan Paul and Jake Paul sell all that stuff? They still get million pay-per-views. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones have
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather come out of nowhere years later and they hit 1 million.
With all the streaming.
Household names. It's a difference between being a superstar in boxing and a household name.
Canelo is the only person you can consider a superstar. Maybe Fury now. Maybe.
Yeah, Fury on his way.
Wilder was a household name. Wilder sold. Now, whether you want to see him lose or win, Wilder was selling because Fury didn't sell nothing without Wilder.
Hey, if Wilder would have beat Fury, Deontay Wilder would be the face of boxing.
They won't let him be that. You know why? It seems like they hate on the Dark brothers, man. Bud and Deontay Wilder. And
bro,
what bothered me was you had all these brothers rooting for Tyson Fury.
Bro, before Deontay Wilder lost, he was the best thing since sliced bread in boxing. If he would have beat Tyson Fury, that man would be the Canelo heavyweight of boxing. He would be the Mike Tyson of this era.
Yeah. Yeah.
They robbed the hell. I can't say, I'm not going to say rob because them two, last fight, the second fight and the third fight, I can't say. Now, the first fight,
I got to give it up to Fury. I got to give it up.
I got to give the man his credit.
But what I will say is the man outweighed him by like 60 pounds, man. I know it's heavyweight. It ain't no weight limit, but man, they need to have a super heavyweight or something division because if you fighting a dude 235, 240, and you darn near 300 pounds. That's why they have a weight class in boxing for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
People don't realize Deontay Wilder was outweighed by 40, 50 pounds.
Oh, yeah, he's a cruiserweight fighting heavyweights. But that's not the reason Wilder lost. I'm going to tell you the reason Wilder lost is, what's that boy Malik Scott?
I don't think he should have put on all that muscle. I think he should have stayed light.
He could have beat Tyson Fury if he'd have been. Go back to that 4th and 5th round when he stunned and hurt Tyson Fury. If Deontay Wilder would have been in shape, great conditioning, he would have stopped Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder, just like Mark Breland was saying, shout out to you. I'm in Alabama. I love you, Deontay Wilder, but I'm talking about the sport of boxing. Mark Breland said Wilder used to come to the gym and tell him what he was going to do.
Yeah, and I believe Wilder knocks out. If he fight Ruiz, he's going to knock out Ruiz. And if he fight Joshua, I think he stops Joshua. I think the only guy just was a bad matchup for him was Fury. Just a bad matchup. I think he would beat Usyk. I think Wilder would beat Usyk.
Let me read this comment right here from my boy D-Town. D-Town, I don't know if you got my message to you. I need you, bro. If you hear my message, you know what I'm saying? I need you, bro. Let me read your comment, though. Why y'all giving Fury all this credit? He has done nothing in his career aside from boys with clear show. Well, I'm not giving him that much credit. I'm just saying, now the first fight with Deontay Wilder, he clearly cheated. But in that second fight where they talking about water poisoning, and third fight, I'm giving him his credit because he came out on top, man.
He won the fight, man. I wanted Wilder to win. Don't get me wrong. And the thing with Tyson Fury, what's more impressive than him stopping Wilder, man, he got up from them bombs, man. He got up. When nobody else would get up from them punches easy, he got up. I don't know what got him to get up, but he got that stuff off, shook it off, and kept fighting, man. He got some heart. I can't take it away from him. I can't do it.
Tyson Fury.
I'm fair.
The man got skills. This man is the goddamn 6'9" and move around like a welterweight. How can we not acknowledge the fact that this man is something special?
And now, is he a cheater? Is he a cheater?
Hell yeah, he a cheater. He a steroid boy meat, glove fixing ass cheater. But I can't say that man cheated that second and third fight. I can't
he won that. Give that to him, man. Give it to him, man. Sometimes you just got to say, hey, the better man won. I wanted Wilder to win. I wanted to gloat. I wanted to do that.
Who would have felt better when you sitting up there and you watching people comment on your channel calling you monkeys and all because you want somebody who look like you to win? It ain't about being racist. It's just you gonna go for who you with.
And if he lose, like I said, I'm gonna give full credit to Fury. He earned that, man. He earned it.
And that's why people got to understand on my channel. That's why I always come on and talk about no bias talk, no racism. Your color, your race, your nationality has not a goddamn thing to do with somebody throwing a punch.
Yeah, I think people get caught up into the fanboy thing. And I'm a fan of Bud Crawford, but beyond that, I'm a fan of boxing because one day Bud ain't gonna be fighting no more. Neither of these other guys. I'm a still love the sport.
Let me let me see what D Town say. Do we know how hard Wilder actually hits? When the competition increases, the knockout increase.
No,
Do
no,
you
no,
guys agree?
no. He knocked everybody out but Fury. Everybody else failed.
Yeah, he knocked out everybody.
And hell, he knocked out Fury in the first fight with that long ass count.
Yeah, I think he hit. I think Fury just got a chance. I think Wilder get hits hard. I mean, yeah, because like he said, he knocked out. Well, he 43 with 43 and 2 with 41 knockouts. So
Yeah,
I think the
yeah.
power was real. I think the power was real.
Now that's what you call a knockout artist.
That's a knockout artist, not no 33 wins and 18 KOs.
He got that one hitter quitter, man, that'll change the fight.
Ooh. Okay, D-Town bringing that heat. D-Town bringing that fire. Who did he fight of elite caliber?
Ortiz.
Come on now, we can't do that.
Ortiz was unbeaten.
Ortiz was a threat,
He was a big threat.
a big threat,
And
but
he and nobody, he was being ducked. Ortiz was being ducked.
he's still being ducked to this day.
Oh boy, White ducked him.
I but when you say I I wouldn't say elite, but I say a name.
Who's the only person that beat Ortiz?
Shit, only him, right?
Wilder.
Wilder.
He can fight, man. That dude can box.
Yeah, he
He
can
was
fight,
outboxing Wilder.
but Ortiz is up on age, man.
Yeah, he up there now, but
He
he's not
about
a bad
50.
name. And that's like that duck Joshua. He ducked Wilder.
Oh
He
yeah,
ducked Wilder.
D-Town. This how me and D-Town got in contact with each other. And thank you, D-Town. D-Town came on one day and told me that Ortiz was turning down fights.
Was he?
I mean, he had valid proof. I had to look it up. He telling the truth. Ortiz was turning down some fights though. I don't know if it was behind money, maybe it was trying to lowball him, but he wasn't backing up that talk. What's good, Stephen?
How many of them don't turn these fights down? Ain't too many of them. Bud, maybe Andrade, maybe I don't know. And Wilder don't turn down no smoke.
Now, why? I mean, Wilder when it got the one of the most, I wouldn't say deadliest heavyweights, but one of the most skillful heavyweights off the couch and wanted to fight him.
And gave him a rematch when he didn't have to.
And gave him a rematch. Wilder could have walked away into the sunset and said, hey, I fought Tyson Fury.
And he gave him a 50-50 split. How about that? He gave him 50-50.
Oh, drop the link. Let me drop the link for my boy.
But I'll just be trying to be fair, easy. I don't really like
too.
Fury, but hey man, you gotta give that man his credit, man.
That's why I created my channel, bro, because I used to get on, I used to love to get off work and listen to 78 Sports. You know what I'm saying? And then I would listen to him. No disrespect to you, 78 Sports. Much respect to you, bro. But I could listen to him and I could hear him and some of the guys, and he'll be biased as hell.
And we all got our biases toward who we like, but you got to keep it fair as much as possible.
You got to keep it fair, man. And that's what I do, you know. That's why I love the sport, because ain't how can you be unfair when in a sport where guys are going around about they could lose their life at any time? How can you be unfair? D-Town, what's up, brother?
Man, what's up, gentlemen? Y'all doing all right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, yeah, like I told him earlier, I woke up today, so I'm winning.
That's always good. Always. Yeah, man. I just want to get on here and cook with y'all, man. I haven't been on long, man, but I heard y'all were talking about the the Wilder situation. What I was asking, I don't know your name, bro. What's your name, brother? Excuse me.
D.
Nice to meet you, man. I'm D-Time. Hey, so like I was saying, my question was, and I'm not trying to discredit anybody, but I mean, we got to go off the facts and the numbers. I was trying to figure out, and maybe not with you gentlemen. I hear a lot of people giving Tyson Fury praise like he the best heavyweight, this and that, but I'm like, man, I don't see how two high caliber fights make you the best heavyweight right now. I don't see that. You know, like I said, you had a boy fist with Klitschko, and then you ran from the rematch. And you had 3 fights with Wilder. I mean,
Hey man,
I
that's a
just don't
lot
see
right
it.
there. That's a lot right there. 3 fights with Wilder.
Is it?
I mean,
All right. I mean,
with Klitschko, I mean, I do give credit. Beyond the Klitschko and Wilder, ain't really been nobody there in his career. It's
right.
I understand what you're saying. Like, how can we just give him this like Muhammad Ali credibility, this pedestal credibility, when he's only went out there and fought, like Klitschko? But you got to think about the 2 heavyweights that he beat, though. Now, I ain't saying that we
And
should put.
like I said, I get that, and I wasn't saying that you gentlemen were putting them up on the pedestal. I really was speaking in general, because I mean, I'm on panels all day, all night long talking about it, and I really, I mean, and nobody's gave me that answer. And they're saying, well, he's undefeated. Well, I mean, that's fine. I understand that he's undefeated. There's a lot of undefeated fighters out here.
Yeah, that's good matchmaking. Yeah,
But
you're right. You're right. So what do you have to do in your opinion, D-Town, for you to say, you know what, I got to give this dude, he's an all-time great. What does he have to do in your opinion based on
all
what?
time? I mean, right now, man, I mean, he would have to I mean, he's taking a good step. I know a lot of people like to discount Dillian White. I don't see that, man. Dylan is a good solid heavyweight. I mean, I know a lot of people talk about resume. Man, he got I would have to say he has either the second or third best resume in the heavyweight division. I mean, if we're going out, if we're going off names, I mean, you got to give AJ, I mean, he's beaten more champions or whatever you want to call it on his resume. And Dylan has a very solid resume. Also, I mean, you got to fight the top guy. You got to fight your contemporaries, man. I mean, him and AJ got to get it on. Usyk. I'm trying to think who else is really a top heavyweight right now. I mean, it's a bunch of mix up right now, man. I don't think Daniel Dubois is ready. He's still a little green.
He
But I
quit.
mean, he got to, like I said, he got to do more than just.
He a quitter.
Oh, you think so, man? I don't know, man. That bone getting shoved in that eye. I can't say that, but I mean, the way he was getting his ass beat, I don't know, man. But I think that was karma, because you know about the build up to that shit. How he was talking to Juggernaut. She's legally blind. And so that was pretty much karma. That was Daniel Dubois was telling I don't know the exact word, but it was he was basically poking at her about her being blind and her not being able to see how he thought he was gonna whoop up on Joe Joyce.
No, who
And
he
that
was
was
talking
fucked
about?
up.
With an eye.
He was talking about Joe Joyce's mom is blind.
No, hell no.
Yeah, his mama's blind, so, and that's why I say, man, so when that shit happened to him, when Joe Joyce beat his ass, his mama came out and had said something, she fired back at his ass, but so that was it.
That's probably why he did him like that, bro. Fucked
That
up his
I don't blame him. You fucked his ass up, jabbed his ass all night long too.
Man, and I watched the little clips of it. I couldn't believe Daniel quit. He's supposed to have been like the next thing. He's supposed to have been like the Anderson boy. He's supposed to have been on his way up, and then you go out there. I'm looking at Joe Joyce. I'm thinking like, man, Joe Joyce ain't really about shit. He's still Joe Joyce went out there and proved me wrong.
Man, he a good solid dude. He don't wow anybody, man. But he's a good all. He was bronze medalist, man. Was he silver? He was silver or bronze. Anyhow, I mean, he got a gas tank. Like I say, he ain't finna float like no butterfly, nothing like that. But I mean, he's a good all around fighter. Another thing, man. My man D, he said something about Luis Ortiz. Hey, man, dude is skilled. But I mean, who is he fought? His best win was Brian Jennings. So I mean, and that's just that. And he was turning down out. So
Charles Martin,
yeah. I mean, he man, that shit was crazy too. That shit was crazy.
Charles Martin ain't that broad to me.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a big Fury guy per se, but he earned my respect because he got up from them punches, man, when nobody else was getting up, man. I gotta get he could have quit, man. He didn't quit. He got up and then he went back to work, man. And he did it 3 fights, man. He get a lot of credit for me, man. I wasn't a believer, man. I'm not saying he's the greatest of all time, but that boy can fight, man.
Do y'all think he would be undisputed?
Who?
Huh?
Fury.
What about him?
Man, it really, man. I mean, his attitude changed with the win, man. He talking about he finna retire after this, and I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It ain't no foregone conclusion. He get past Dillian White, man.
Hell, he
I know a lot of people overlooking
him.
Dillian White is a body snatcher.
Yeah, man. Nah, man, that dude is nice. But yeah, man. So like I remember, like I said, we had spoke about it. He's like I say, man, Luis Ortiz done turned down a bunch of fights. I ain't gonna say a bunch. Luis Ortiz done turned down some big fights.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you about that one with AJ. Like I say, he turned down that fight, and that ain't coming from AJ's side. That was coming from Luis Ortiz's side. They said they dropped the ball.
Do you believe AJ?
Because like I told you,
you believe AJ ducked Wilder? I believe he was a clear duck.
I don't see how if you sending Wilder offers, I don't see how you could duck somebody if you sending them offers. If you paying a man exponentially, if you're offering a man exponentially more money than he's ever made, I don't see how you can call it a duck. I mean, you asking for it. You sending legal documents to somebody. Hey,
so what in your opinion stopped the fight? What was the actual hang up? What was the alleged hang up?
My opinion. So my opinion, I don't think he wanted to fight him. What I think ended up happening, all I can go off is what Wilder and Shelley Finkel said. I mean, they got offered several contracts. They got offered like 12.5, 15. I think they got offered a flat fee or something, and not to mention the DAZN deal. And that's the main one that everybody get hung up on. And Shelley Finkel came out. Yeah, Shelley Finkel came out and said, "Well, we didn't take that offer because we want to know how much Joshua was making." So to me, I'm like, man, fuck that. If you ain't made no money like that, and you ain't gonna make no money like that, you take the fight. I mean, and remember, he had that fight lined up with Dominic Brazil. DAZN, they put in that contract. They were gonna pay him. It was a 3-fight deal. They were gonna pay him show him good faith and pay him $20 million to fight Dominic Brazil, and then the 2 fights with AJ, whether he win or lose. It was automatic rematch clause. I don't see how you turn that down.
But you got to remember, you know what I'm saying? I agree totally with what you're saying, D-Town, but this man is in a contract. He was in a contract with Al Heyman them in Showtime.
PBC.
He couldn't just
remember that, man. I understand, but remember that. But see, the problem with that, remember Shelley Finkel was saying he's a network free agent. So that's why I say it gets confusing, and I try to stay out of that because I mean, man, I'm not in there with the contract. I'm not in there in the negotiation room. All I can go off is the information that both sides are putting out.
Right. Yeah, but I heard you can't do nothing with them PBC contract without Al approving it.
Yeah, they say.
And that's probably what that is, man.
Broner been basically telling us about Al Heyman. Basically, that's why he said I think I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this because you can't speak bad about Al Heyman. And there's certain stuff that you can't talk about.
Yeah, because he's on the contract.
Yeah, I think all of them got some type of contract like that.
I don't think Al Heyman loves boxing. I just think he's a business guy. He was a lawyer, whatever. He like
he don't love boxing,
but he ain't no boxing.
Nah, man, he want that money, man. He just out there paper, man.
He's a promoter.
He was music, country music at that, I think.
Yeah, I think he just came into boxing since his brother was a boxer. His brother used to be a boxer. Yeah. That's how he.
Is not an older company. It just got around. What, 2015?
Yeah, it ain't been around that long, and it really ain't looking good right now either.
And truth be told,
I'm sure.
I hate to say it, Bob Arum was right, man. About Al Heyman's business model. He right.
Oh yeah, everybody thought they was hating on Al, but they was saying it wasn't gonna last long.
Listen, man,
overpaying the fighters, and that's why they only fight once a year, man.
I mean, I don't know if the old man who at PBC really getting paid, man.
For a while, I don't know about right now, but at a certain point, they was paying everybody that were the top guys. They was paying them guys.
I heard they
No,
getting
I'm gonna say
2,000
yeah, because
checks.
they getting stipend. Yeah, they getting stipends right now. That's what they've been getting. He got them basically on allowance. Like here, man, because I think what he doing it like a bank, man. He basically taking their money, what they got, and investing it in the
And
other stuff.
flipping
And
it.
just, okay, here, yeah, that's what he's
And I
doing, and
flip
it
his
didn't work out
ass.
this last time.
So that means,
Yeah, well, man, they ain't gonna touch
I have
him.
to show up
He
at
can't be
Allen's
touched.
house, bro.
but it's
Yeah,
something in that
you probably don't
contract that
want to do
allows him to do
that.
that.
Yeah,
They signed that on
yep.
to him, the power to do that.
Yeah, but I'm saying though,
But you
fuck the contract, bro.
easy
Fair is
think
fair.
about it. Think about it. No, I understand, but ain't no such thing as fair in business, and you know that easy. Come on now.
True.
Nah, it's
Now
what you
I know
negotiate. It's
morally
not
it's
what you're
correct, but
worth.
think about how he getting all them people over. You know what he gonna tell, man? Look what I did for Floyd. That's all, and that's how everybody gonna look at. But again, everybody
That's
don't
how
want
he
to put in the
signed
work to
half
be
of them
Floyd.
niggas. That's how he
Everybody
signed
don't
them.
want to put, but nobody want to put in the work to be Floyd.
You heard me, D-Town.
So of course I did. Yeah, that's
That's
what
how he
that's probably on
signed
his
them.
wall. That's probably what's on his wall. Do you remember? I look what I did for Floyd Mayweather. I can do it for you,
He'll
and that's
throw
what
that
everybody get
Earl in
caught
there
up on.
now. He'll use Earl now because these boys. I don't know what it is, but
He,
Earl ain't
he
he ain't nowhere near. We can't shine Floyd's shoes in terms of
I've been saying,
business.
man, that boy ain't making no money.
Only one making that
He
kind of
on
money that
stipends,
close is Canelo, man.
and he ain't even PBC. And I'm glad you said that, man. Cause see, Canelo don't even fight for them, so they
Mm-mm.
willing to pay all this money out to somebody that ain't even in they group or whatever. But he won't pay them. I mean, that would have me feeling kind of fucked up.
that's why Floyd keep mentioning Canelo name. Hey, because Canelo went over there and robbed the bank for $40 million.
Let me ask y'all
Say
this.
and walked off
Let me ask y'all this.
scot free.
The guy said for PBC said we don't know if we got any money for Bud and Arrow, but you just offered Canelo $100 million deal, so you got the money.
Well, let me get in on that, man, because that'd be another thing we talk about. So
Yes.
that was the black dude, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember, what's the white dude? Is it Tom Brown or Tim Smith or whatever? Maybe I got their names mixed up. So the dude that was at the Porter Crawford
Yeah.
press conference.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what he said? Hey man, when these guys want to fight, we'll make the fight. Now I don't know how everybody missed that, man. So they got the money. Errol don't want that fight.
Thank you.
And
Yeah,
Booker's Bud has said,
that,
can you say that again? It's
yeah,
not me
that dude
holding the
don't want
fight
that
up.
fight, man. That's all it is. That dude just don't want that fight, man. And come out and say that. Hey man,
Just say
I
it.
mean, because he Keith Thurman 2.0. People, I got people. Oh man, you hating? I'm like, man, these are his words, man. This dude Keith Thurman 2.0.
This dude
He,
said,
he only
we'll
beat Keith
see.
leftovers.
We'll see.
I'm gonna get a
D, think
T-shirt.
about it.
We'll
Think
see.
about it, D. He hurt now. He stay hurt like Keith Thurman. Now remember when Earl was up and coming, he was hungry like and Thurman was like, oh man, that fight need to do this. Man, think
Mm-hmm.
about it. Earl doing the exact same thing, man. And
He
like I
was
said,
running
people,
up
oh
on
man,
Keith
you
Thurman in
hating.
his interviews, running up
Blueprint
Right.
on
And
Sean.
see, and
He was a weight bully till Bud came
say
around.
easy. I get that shit out because I'm in Dallas, man. Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
how you hate? I'm like, man, it's not hate, man. This is in your face. How am I hating?
It's the truth.
This is what's going on.
You just being biased because you from the state where he from, and you know what I'm saying? Just open your mind, bro.
And I
Yeah,
think
man,
I
Errol
that
can
shit
just
don't do
fight, man. I'm
nothing.
not one of them dudes. Errol can fight his ass off. He can fight, man. I'm not one of them people say Errol ain't he trash. No, that boy can fight, man. I'm
Nah,
not
he's
gonna
not
do that.
trash.
No, he's not trash. He can fight. He
I
just
got my
hasn't
baby
preserved himself.
Pink Fury. The God is on. She says Shakur Stevenson is ready for Oscar Valdez. What's y'all opinion on that?
He gonna stop
Oh
Oscar.
yeah,
He gonna stop him. They're
He
gonna
gonna
look.
stop him.
They finna make Shakur. They should have never signed that fight.
man. Y'all
They
gotta think.
had
Look
to.
who Shakur. Look who he sparred with, man. That boy sparred with. He sparred with Loma
Parents.
and Bud. Come on, man. He sparred with
And
Loma
and
and Bud.
and he
Ain't
getting
nobody
that
finna.
war tutelage. But you know what? Bob had to make that fight because he got that lawsuit, man. You gotta make that fight, man.
That's a good point. That's a good point. What better way than to show he ain't racist than to give a fight to a Mexican and a black fighter the black fighter been calling out the Mexican fighter.
Who's your
You know,
protege?
yeah. But they are gonna make Shakur Stevenson a superstar that night because he is gonna beat the boy. Man, he gonna
And
beat
it's on
Oscar
ESPN,
Valdez.
man. So it's not even a pay-per-view fight. It's on ESPN.
He ain't gonna even fight. He gonna fuck Oscar Valdez up. Do you hear me?
Oh, he gonna beat him. I don't think he's gonna beat him with like one punch knockoff. I think it's gonna be an accumulation of a beating. He gonna give him a beating, man.
He gonna, bro. Listen, I'm gonna give you the. I ain't gonna say exactly because I give Oscar Valdez too much credit for this name I'm finna mention. But I'm predicting of seeing this fight look like Arturo
Gotti and
Floyd
Floyd.
Mayweather.
I thought the same thing, man. Yeah, man. It's gonna be bad out there. It's gonna get spooky out there, man. It's gonna get spooky.
I fucks with you. I fucks with you, Oscar Valdez. Even though you a cheat, I love that Burchell fight. But Shakur Stevenson, it is, bro. I'm telling you, after this fight, ain't no rematch. You ain't gonna be able to melt down Oscar Valdez and pull him on Shakur Stevenson. Do you hear me?
Truth be told, Shakur is the closest thing to Floyd I've seen from a skill set.
He's the next Floyd. Period.
From a skill set.
They keep mentioning Devin Haney. Shakur will beat the shit out of Devin Haney.
I think Shakur is he's real strong defensively like Floyd. He's not the biggest puncher, but he's young. So I think he's growing into his punching power, but his placement of his punches keeps guys off of him. And he just becoming a real man right now. What is it, like 23, 24? So he just he ain't even hit his prime yet.
I don't know, Beta. I don't know. Oh, go ahead, bro.
I want to revert back. I want to revert back to I want to get back to the. I just want to hear y'all take on this. I know like I said, y'all brought up Wilder and Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
How y'all feel about that? How you feel about that? I gotta call it a legend. How you feel about that $50 million offer? How you feel about that?
What $50 million offer?
Well, remember everybody was saying that Wilder offered AJ $50 million.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
I thought, from what I understand, since I don't know as much background as you, D-Time, but from what I understand, he offered him the $50 million.
Guaranteed $50 million. Was a guarantee.
He offered him the $50 million, and next thing I know, I hear AJ saying that he ain't finna let nobody force him into a ring. Y'all remember that?
So did Eddie Hearn.
Yep. He said he wasn't gonna sell his soul.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's exactly what he said. And I was like, sell your soul.
Yeah.
How you get to what made him take it to that level of selling a soul because a man offered? But see, I'm just the biasness of it. Unless D-Town got something that I don't know about. Wilder can turn down $100 million. He didn't want to fight, but when Wilder offered Joshua $50 million, and he went to talk about he ain't finna sell his soul, we can say that both ducked each other at some point. Then, right?
Well, let me hear what the other man got to say.
Okay.
Like you said, that $100 million, that was a multi-fight deal, right?
No, we talking about the $50 million. Yeah, the $100 million was a I don't know.
Yeah, yes, sir. That was a 3-fight. Yes, sir.
I don't know. I mean, I guess Wilder bet on himself. He probably figured he could probably make that money and some in 3 fights. I'm just assuming.
And that's exactly what he said too. That's what they said. He was betting on himself. He did say that.
On himself. I can't really be mad at that. It's hard for me to turn down $100 million guarantee, but he bet on himself, and he probably won at the end of the day. Probably won with them Fury fights. You know what I mean?
Possibly.
I don't think AJ was scared to fight Wilder, but I don't think he was trying to rush to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I just think, in my opinion, this is my opinion, I think Wilder would have knocked Joshua out.
I think
Joshua got a little bit of quit in. He's a good front runner. He can box. He's more refined as far as a boxer. But he showed me a little bit of, I ain't gonna say he quit against Usyk, but he submitted. That fight was there to be won late, and he let Usyk, the smaller man, bully him, man. I'm like, yo, what? You gotta pull that out, man. At the crib, he was at the crib too, man. You gotta pull that out, man. Joshua, it ain't gonna get no more laid out for you than that.
Let me read this comment right quick, y'all. I got about 7 minutes. I've been on for 2 hours, y'all. But let me read the comment. Oh yeah, I've been on 2 hours. I'm trying to get my people back up, man. I done lost a lot of my people. I got a lot going on in my life, bro. And I know a lot of my fans who, of course, subscribers, they see the gap, they see it, and they going elsewhere. But I'm trying to get y'all back. Easy, love y'all. I love the sport. I'm continue to push these videos. And I just hope that y'all stay tuned. But Pink Fury Goddess, she says that Blair Cobbs will stop Jerron Ennis. He is my friend, and I'm agreeing with him. The most exciting man in boxing.
No comment, man. I'm not even gonna give that a response, bro.
Baby.
But I do think it'll be a good fight, though. While it lasts.
It would be a good fight. I give you credit. I will say that it will be a good fight.
While it lasts.
Moji. Shout out to Moji. Thank you for still being down, man. You know, I went this long on here tonight because I'm trying to let everybody know Easy is back, man. Now, boxing, that's my love. I got to go in. Thank you, Panther. I appreciate it.
I got a quick question for you, man. I want to see what you feel about it. What you think about that Jermell Charlo Bud situation?
Hell no. Hell no.
If they were to fight, who you think will win, D-Town?
I don't see nobody right now unless they at 160 or Bud beating Bud, man. I don't see nobody beating Bud.
Because Mel, like I told him, Mel said everything but let's fight.
What make Bud so dangerous?
You sound like Earl.
Bud can adapt, man.
Bud too much, man. Bud too that boy different. That's why ain't nobody fighting him.
You're gonna have to kill Bud in that ring. You're gonna have to kill Bud to beat him.
Different. Hey, I wanna go college professor on y'all. I want to give y'all some homework, man. Like I said, we were talking about that 50 mil. Easy, you know, I done came receipts on everything. That offer, man. The problem with it was the money will be coming from Frank Warren for the TV rights to go to BT Sports. Joshua couldn't do that because he was he couldn't do that. Lou DiBella confirmed this, and so did Lou DiBella and Frank Warren confirmed it, because the problem was Stephen Espinosa had said the money would come from him, but he got caught lying because, Lou DiBella, like I said, Lou DiBella and Frank Warren said that the fight would be on BT Sports, which contractually AJ can't fight on because he was signed to Sky Sports, so he couldn't sell his TV rights to not fight on Sky Sports to fight on BT Sport. So that's why that 50 mil wouldn't work. However, the good thing I'm gonna say it's kind of shady, but it was a smear campaign because Shelly Finkel knew he couldn't do that, but a lot of people wouldn't understand that. They just gonna say, "Oh shit, he turned down 50 million. Yeah. Oh, he's scared." Like I said, contractually, he can't take the money. He couldn't have, because he would have been sued for more than what he would have made, and then he would have lost his contract, and then what?
Yeah, and probably Wilder don't know that. It was like we offered him 50 million and he turned to fight.
Right.
Right. Dirty Red said, "Hey, so y'all telling me PBC fighters getting paid from the 401k?"
Instead of getting paid with a 401k.
So, hey, them niggas getting an allowance.
It's hard for me to say. Think about it. Bob been putting the best fights on.
They like,
oh yeah, without a doubt.
My
room. Listen, B. Like I say, Bob Arum get a lot of shit. You don't stay successful in this business a long time not doing something right. I know people don't like him for whatever reason, but man, that's a shrewd business, man. Dude been around what, 50, 60 years? Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Yeah, I know Don King still barely hanging on. That ain't the same, man. It's nowhere near the same.
And Bob Arum is a former lawyer.
Yeah.
So he know his shit.
Him and Al Heyman fell apart when he sued Al Heyman.
Yeah.
That's what happened. But they still can work together because you got the Fury Wilder fight, you got the Pacquiao Floyd fights, you got the Porter Bud fight. They can do business, man. Because when anything, if you're a businessman, man, you don't deal with emotion when you're talking business. Business is business, man. I don't gotta like you to get money with you.
I like what Warren just said. Warren said Charlo may give Bud a challenge because Bud can get clipped in the exchange. That's why I said it will be a great fight between them.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Dude caught himself a knockout order, so he only got like 18 knockouts. I don't know how they make you a knockout order.
That's the knockout order. Bud got 29 knockouts, man, in 38 fights, man.
Come on, man.
I don't know what the hell Charlo be talking about sometimes, man. That'd be the high.
Charlo was drunk. Y'all don't think he was drunk?
Oh, he was drunk. Talking about it. Yeah, he was inebriated.
He was on something.
Coke or something.
He was coke. Look how much he was talking.
You know
He
they got
sounded
that
like he was
arrest
ready to
warrant for
cry.
him today. Did you hear about the arrest warrant on Charlo?
No, I didn't
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where's Charlo?
Mel.
What he do?
Charlo. Yeah, they got an arrest warrant for him, man. I don't know if they locked him up yet. Terroristic
Them
threats.
niggas can't stay out of trouble.
Terroristic threats.
Wow.
He probably was high and drunk and threatened somebody.
See, that's something I don't understand. I'm like you, Easy. These niggas out here making peon mistakes. Shit we supposed to be doing. These niggas millionaires out here making peon. It's dumb.
If I
Give me that
had
money.
their
I'll show you how to behave. Give me that money. I'll show you how to behave.
Give me the money. You can't. I can't have an ignorant nigga around me. First time you get out of hand, you bring anything where I could lose this money. You got to go, cuz.
No, sir.
You got to go. Family member, brother, sister. You get them. I'm driving to the store. You get in the car, bro. You gotta go home. You gotta go home.
You know, when they talk, them Charlos don't sound like the most refined cats when they talk, neither, man.
Nah, you know.
Look at what Warren said.
them niggas ain't go to school. They mamas don't do
No, they ain't go to school, man. I mean, I hate to say that, but you know, they don't necessarily.
Hey, but at the end of the day, they millionaires.
It's harder to keep it than it is to get it.
Hey, who y'all got on Spencer Ugas fight?
I got Ugas.
Damn right. You think well, y'all clearly know it's a rematch clause. It's a one-way rematch clause. Y'all know that, right?
Oh, well, you know, it's unwritten, but
yeah,
you know,
if Spence lose, he gonna get a rematch.
See, this the type of shit I'm talking about. I hate this.
And if he win, he gonna fight Keith Thurman.
I hate this.
He not gonna fight Bud.
So y'all agree? So y'all don't think? Okay, good. So I like how y'all think, man. Cause we think the same way. That boy don't want none of Bud, man.
He gonna say I'm undisputed. I got Ring Magazine. I'm moving up, man. Watch, man. Or he gonna fight Keith. Hey, watch what I'm telling you, man.
Damn, man.
Hey, one more thing about Charlo. Y'all hear that soft ass shit he said? Said if it was what he said, if it was still a 3-belt.
Oh yeah.
If it was still a 3-belt up, I said, boy, that shit's soft, motherfucker.
I don't think he's super confident in fighting Costano, man. I don't.
I thought he lost that fight. I thought he lost.
He lost.
He did.
Same way Josh Taylor lost. Would you tell him Josh Taylor lost the fight?
That was a robbery. Oh, that was a robbery there. That was definitely a robbery.
Man, listen, man. They robbed that dude, man. It was a stick up, man. Broad daylight, man. That was terrible.
What Pink Fairy got is so she said she did. Oh,
yeah,
he might, man. I don't know. Who is look focused, man? He look. I don't know. We'll see. It should be a good fight.
Yeah. Hey, y'all. I hate to get off with y'all, fellas, because we going hard. We cooking. You know what I'm saying? But
where you going? Where you going?
I gotta get off for.
What is it gonna cost to stay on?
I got.
What it costs to stay on?
Huh?
I say what it costs to stay on.
Shit, bro. When?
Don't play, nigga. What it costs to stay on?
Daddy, how you cooking?
Hang on, boy. I'm on the phone. Hang on. We talking about some. Hang tight.
Were you for real, bro?
Yeah, we cooking.
I mean, if you want to send me something good, D, to help me. You know what I'm saying? You know what time it is. I'm going through it. You heard me?
Is he here?
I don't know. Something probably happened.
He probably muted it.
Yeah.
No, that is. You don't talk to grown folks when they, you know how that go. That's old.
Oh, you know, we 80s, baby. That shit used to get us slapped, knocked the hell out.
Yeah, man. See, I'm a 70s baby, man.
You got it worse.
Yeah. My first fight I ever remember watching was Leonard Hearns won in 81, man.
Damn.
First fight I remember watching. He stopped Hearns in the 14th round, man. People don't realize they were gonna stop the fight.
With that?
Hearns, because Hearns was outboxed Ray Leonard that whole fight. And you know, that's when he got the detached retina against Hearns. His eye was closed. And then Angel Dundee was like, "You blowing it, son, you blowing it." And then the referee, you know, the judge, you know, the referee came over and looked at it. They looked at his eye with the doctor, and they was gonna stop the fight.
Yeah,
he was like, "We gonna give you another round." And then Ray Leonard went out there and stopped him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, knocked him out in the 14th round. So you don't even go 15 no more.
Well, damn. Hagler was something different though.
Hagler, it took. This is crazy. This is a little Jew. Hagler didn't even get a championship fight till after he had 40 fights.
Yeah, Hagler had to basically get a promotional deal because other than that, he would have never got a title shot. They was gonna blackball the shit out of Hagler.
I think he had like 40 or 42 fights before he got his first title shot.
That's why he was so damn hurt. And then y'all, I'm also on what is it? I'm on my hotspot on the laptop. So I've been on for 2 hours. I'm gonna let it run out though for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But what we was just talking about?
You said Hagler. We talking about how Hagler he didn't get a shot, man.
Oh yeah. He had to get a promotion to come. They was gonna blackball him out of there.
Yep. You're right. He had to basically sign to get the shot, man. Basically what they're trying to get Bud to do today, 40 years later.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fight Errol, you got to sign the PBC, and we got to get a 3-4 fight deal.
Yeah, them contracts, it's something behind that contract shit.
And Bud said, I finally got a taste of freedom. I'm not doing it. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't blame him. It ain't offering enough money. Now, if you said we're going to give you a 3-fight, $75 million guarantee, he would have signed yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they tear you down. So they tearing a man down to try to devalue his worth and value, man. I'd be skeptical. And then he looking at them like, hey, man, Keith and you and Errol on the same side of the street. Why did that fight ever happen?
Yeah. Hey, I need to take a quick break right quick. You'll stay on. Damone ain't gonna take me that long. I need somebody to stay on and see if D-Town gonna be back.
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. I ain't doing that. I'm just chilling.
Y'all stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Please don't.
Thurman and Ugas. Yeah, I know. I'm just waiting on easy, man. Some of y'all people in the comments, man. I just got to hear y'all what y'all got to say. What y'all think about Keith Thurman versus a Kell Brook? Kell Brook coming off a win over Amir Khan. No, Amir Khan punch resistance ain't what most boxers would say is good. But you think Kell Brook and Keith Thurman?
We back, baby.
What do you think about Kell Brook and Keith Thurman, man?
Good fight.
I think it'll be an entertaining fight.
That's a hell of a fight. That's a good fight.
Because if Keith don't get that Errol fight, he gonna need another tune-up, man.
I think a lot of the fighters gonna steer away from him.
Or Ben. What do we think about Keith Thurman versus Ben?
Appreciate you, WD. You said
Conor Ben and Keith Thurman.
Conor Ben and Keith Thurman. Good fight.
But I would like to see Keith Thurman fight Virgil Ortiz. I think that would be a good fight.
Oh, yeah.
He should stay away from Boots.
Who should stay away from Boots?
Keith.
Right now.
Yes, right now. I'm just stay away from him, man.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, right now. I would like to see Boots fight Ben.
See Boots fight who?
Conor Ben.
Yeah. Conor Ben, he trying to stack his resume with names. He trying to go to a little easy way fighters, trying to fight Adrian Browners who ain't been in the ring for a minute and shit like that. Come on now.
Or Rashidi. What do you think about fighting Rashidi?
Rashidi who?
Rashidi, the one that's I think he a welterweight. What the hell is his name, man? Man, it slipped my mind, man. God, I can't think of his name offhand. But like I say, I do think 147 is the deepest division in boxing.
Yeah, it
by
is.
far.
It
By
is.
far. I like Gary Antoine Russell though, man. I think when I watch him, man, that dude is a world champion, man. He can be undisputed, man. I like his pedigree. He listens. And I don't think they dad get enough credit, man. He built
Yeah,
3
he ain't
world
good enough.
champions, man. He built those
Yeah,
boys, man. You know what I
he
mean? The
raised the
dad don't
world
get the
champion.
credit like that, but
But I
that's a
think that
boxing family.
Antoine lacks a little skill set though.
He's 24.
Yeah, he got a lot to learn, but
Did you watch the post-style fight?
No, I did not.
Gary Russell, man. Gary, the one I just lost. He was in the corner for the most part. He was the voice in the corner, man. Gary was telling him exactly what to do, man, and that boy followed it to the T, man. He listens. It wasn't no arguing. He was like, okay. And he would go. You could see him doing exactly what Gary was telling him he needed to do.
Yeah.
And he lunged a little bit. He was a little bit lunging, but he was. You gotta realize Posto's long, man. He's a tall, longer fighter, man. There ain't too many junior welterweights like Posto. You got the long
No, it ain't.
reach. You know what I mean? He a vet. He Posto about 38. He's been around a while. You're not going. And I thought that stoppage. Victor Posto didn't even get knocked down, man. He wasn't out. That was an early stoppage by the refs.
Okay.
He wasn't never seriously hurt. To be, he should allow Victor Posto to go the distance on that fight, man. It was a decent fight because he was catching Gary Russell. He had a little mouse on his eye.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. He took the punches though. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. I'd like to see him in a step-up fight though. Maybe like Regis, maybe somebody like that. Regis or Ramirez. Or they probably won't fight him because he low risk, he high risk, low reward right now.
Oh yeah. Looking like I guess that look like D-Town ain't gonna come back on.
Yeah. Because I'm just waiting on the snowfall at 10. That's all I'm waiting on, man.
Oh yeah. Got to check that out.
For sure, man. Like I say, I think Shakur is the total package, man. As long as he don't let the lifestyle or the night, the nightlife get him,
just
he can
stay
be an
focused.
all-time great, man.
Just stay focused. He guaranteed to be the next Floyd Mayweather.
But the closest thing from a skill set that I've seen.
But it's about time for me to go and get up out of here, man. I told y'all I'm on my on this hot spot, man, and I've been on for 2 hours. It's gonna go out on me. I don't want to shut down on y'all, you know what I'm saying? Wow.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I appreciate you letting me chop it up with you, man.
Man, I appreciate you tuning in. I also thank D-Town Blaster. I thank everybody for their love and their support, man, tonight. Y'all stay tuned to the boxing videos. They're going to keep coming. They're going to even be hotter and better, baby. I thank y'all for coming on. Everybody need to get StreamYard. If you want to come on the channel and talk, you are welcome at any time. Just get on StreamYard, y'all. I love y'all. I thank y'all. It's easy work. I'm out. Good night, Damone.
All right.